What's good, baby?
How we feeling? It's been, how long it's been? Yeah. Go ahead, do your thing.
Can't even hear you.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me? Is everybody good?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
You can hear me?
Hell yeah.
My bad. Let me
Nah,
adjust.
Turn
my
up Donnie just a little bit.
Turn up Donnie.
Yeah. Actually,
Nah, he good.
yeah, it's good. It's good. Oh shit, that's a lot. I'm trying to turn me down a little beat.
That's cool.
You good?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We good.
Good?
We good. I can hear everybody.
Good. Cool.
Straight.
Yeah.
Man,
Greetings, earthly beings.
how's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing, man?
Great, man.
It's been a minute since we did this. What number am I? 2? Turn my hands down. It's a little loud. I ain't gonna lie. Or is it the mic? Let me hear. It's the mic, probably. I'm not sure.
Straight.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we back here again. We took it wasn't on purpose, but we took a little hiatus on this pod. Wasn't on purpose. We just, had things going on, but we're back, man.
They
we
wanted
back.
to go drink in Las Vegas.
And we brought somebody back with us, man. We brought somebody back. But before we introduce, our guy, man, we gotta go through the 1, 2, 3, man. We gotta ask my dogs how they doing, man. First off, Ken, how you doing, man? How you feeling today, bro?
I've been great. I'm always great, always blessed. Blessed to be here. Another day, another pod. Ready to get into it, man. How you been?
I've been great, man. I was just, just keeping it simple, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So been great, just staying healthy as always, drinking y'all waters, you know what I'm saying? So just continue and being blessed and appreciating the grind, appreciating the process on everything we got going on in life. So yeah, I appreciate that, man. How about to my guy to my right, man? How you feeling? How you feeling, Donnie?
I'm feeling great, man. 2 hours of sleep, my nigga. Literally.
Hey man, that's what we do, man. We dedicated to this.
Most
this,
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But that's good that us three is doing well. It's my dogs and everything. But we came back with some reinforcements from Vegas, man. We came back.
Damn. You needed.
It was the wrong one.
We need to.
It was the wrong one.
No, we
It
need
was
to
the
ban
wrong
this
one.
nigga from doing this shit, bro.
Wait. I got
It's
it.
like
I got
his
it.
third
I got
time.
It. I got it.
Turn it down, cuz.
I can't even hear it. Oh, there it is.
This nigga's so bullshit. Nigga's so bullshit, I swear.
But yeah, man, we came back with some reinforcements, man. We got our guy,
Yeah.
Carson native, man.
Carson native.
Neighbor. AAU, well for y'all, AAU
Yeah.
buddies and everything. So
Yeah.
my boy Twon.
What's
My
happening?
boy Twon, man.
What's going on?
How y'all doing?
How you
Going on?
feeling, Twon? How you feeling, man? Let the people know how you feeling, man.
Like Kendall said, I'm definitely blessed. Hell, I'm happy to be back in LA. Ain't nothing better like LA.
Definitely,
Nothing
definitely.
like LA for sure.
Nothing like LA. So just blessed, trying to enjoy every minute, every second while I'm here before I got to go back to Vegas to get back to work. Be traveling a lot over the summer. So, but yeah, I'm more than happy to be here. I've been excited to do this. Like literally, like once I saw that y'all was in Vegas, I was like, yeah, I need to go say. I gotta literally linked with y'all for 3 days.
3 days in a row, man.
3 days in a row.
Very fun.
Went
Very
to the
fun.
same club twice.
Saying it was fun, man.
It was definitely fun, but
Hella fun.
I'm here. I'm blessed. Like I said, I'm happy to be here. We talked about it before. Some deep topics that we want to talk about.
Definitely.
Even prior before that I'm sure all of us have.
Definitely. I feel like even when for everybody else that's I'm getting some DMs asking when they gonna come on. Just be patient. We trying to get everybody lined up and everything. So I know everybody's excited to be on camera. Everybody's excited trying to get their little 1-2, but we gonna get there eventually.
Everybody got something to say.
Everybody got something to say on the pod now. But don't worry, just I let them individual people know. Yeah, I didn't forget about y'all. So you gonna be on here one day, and we gonna make it work. It's about to be summertime, so
Yeah, sure.
time's gonna be a little bit more flexible. So I can't wait for y'all to be in Twon's seat in a little bit. So you know, we excited. We excited to grow as usual. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say to the people, man. But anything y'all want to get off your chest before we get going, man?
Just tell them a little bit about yourself, man.
Definitely.
Like
All right, for sure.
elaborate on your resume.
So my name is Twon, aka Twon Sean, on Instagram. They gotta throw a promo. But yeah, I'm from LA, Carson native. I started a clothing brand about 3 years ago called 413. It's based off Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I tried to do something that wasn't too biblical.
Right.
Something that is kind of like a mixture of streetwear with something that everyone could wear. So I started that a few years ago. I ended up going to Vegas. I went to UNLV. I have a bachelor's in sociology and a minor in couples and family therapy. I'm currently a high school teacher right now. I've been teaching for 3 years. I teach college and career, and I love it. Coach basketball out there too. Hoop dreams is kind of done. Hoop dreams is over with, but I coach high school basketball out there too. Yeah, I love every second. I got my beautiful girlfriend at home right now with my 2 dogs at the house.
Family man.
Shout out to them.
Family man.
Definitely family man. Getting up there. But yeah, I mean, I definitely I would say I probably dabbled in a lot of things. I think one of the things that a lot of people kind of know me for is social media. I used to do I would say I still do it, I guess. TikTok, Instagram, making content, day in the life content. It used to be fashion. I used to, have minor brand deals. I've worked with Native. I've worked with Kinetic Kings. I've worked with other smaller brands. I've done brand ambassadoring. Unfortunately, I got hacked. I think I talked to all y'all about that. Damn.
That sucks.
Yeah, I got hacked a few months ago. Lost everything. But outside of that, I'm still making content. I think right now, numbers aside, I'm just enjoying it. So,
That's beautiful.
But that's just a little bit about me. I feel like I'm a social butterfly. I like being around.
Mm-hmm.
I like talking to people. I like just being in the scene. Good conversations, goofy conversations, deep conversations is pretty much me. So
one thing I'll say about Twon, if he say he gonna do something,
I'm gonna do it. Like I'm not.
That ain't gonna do that shit.
Yeah, I'm not a pump faker. Like if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm for sure gonna do it.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to be on the pod for a minute. All 3 of these guys are my brothers. I I met David last out of the 3, but I've known Kendall and Donnie for like 9-10 years from basketball playing. We played basketball for years, like 3-4 years together. We was always friends. Our families were close. I kind of met David a few years, I think, after we got done playing basketball, and I found out that me and David were damn near neighbors.
Yep.
In Carson.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how it be with Carson.
So, and then we kind of just all got connected through that. So anytime I'm in LA, I'm always tapped in with them for sure. So
That's
like I
what's
said,
up.
I'm glad, happy to be here. Most definitely.
Them CAYB days was
What?
funny ass shit, boy.
CAYB,
Team Blackout.
Team Blackout, we sucked.
Bro, it was garbage. Bro, we went to Vegas, bro. I didn't care about no basketball, bro. I'm like, bro, we ain't even go to the hotel, play some 2K, nigga, and roast each other all day, nigga.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I think it was the hotels. We just lived. We used to like stay at the Orleans Hotel.
Oh, me.
Every year we was getting in tournaments,
Bro.
going
Getting-
0-4
bro,
in
getting
every single
dogged.
tournament,
Getting dogged.
playing in
literally.
the highest level. Like, yo, we was getting dogged in tournaments, but
Bro,
I mean, hey,
one of our teammates got slapped, bro.
yeah, yeah.
In his sleep, bro. And he's bald headed. That nigga.
If you ever play AAU, you know what happens in like
when you
those
go to sleep, bro.
Yeah, when you go to sleep, it's over with.
You can't be the first one to go to sleep
At all.
You the first one to go to sleep. You just asking for it.
And you got a game at 8 in the
You
morning.
asking for it.
At 8 in the morning, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody get the hell out of my room, bro, because I'm not going to make that game.
Yeah.
Nah, that
was funny.
It's good having Twon back, man. Represent Carson and everything.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
It's good, to keep that bond with people that we grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Because especially people that's like minded. It's always good to have that. We know he's in Vegas and everything. And every time we go to Vegas, we always make sure to reach out to him. He a busy man, but
yeah,
we always like to reach out to him because he's one of the guys.
Is Carson the hood or the suburbs?
You know what's crazy?
I'll let.
You know what's crazy? People don't consider Carson L.A.
Yeah.
That's how like people don't consider like Long Beach.
They don't consider Long Beach LA.
LA?
Yeah, no.
I don't understand that. Like when I talk to people, I'll be like, I'm from Los Angeles. Like that's I'm not gonna sit and like say, yeah, I'm from Carson. That's right outside of Compton and borderline Torrance.
Right.
I'm not about to say all that. I'm just gonna say I'm from LA. If you know, you know.
The county.
Yeah, I'm just from
County.
LA
Yeah.
County. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I ain't from the hood. I don't want to say Carson is the hood, but it's definitely not the suburbs. I would say it's ghetto fabulous over there. It's definitely ghetto fabulous depending on where you at. For sure.
Depending on where you at, for sure.
It's
There's
crazy.
there's some good sides and some bad sides to it.
Definitely whatever park you're at, that's going to determine
Yes.
the area.
Yes.
But for the most part, Carson is a nice city, bro.
It's a
Like
good city, bro.
it's a really good city. I love Carson. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I were to come back out here, I definitely would consider living in Carson. But yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's either. It's like right
in the middle.
Right in the middle.
It's comfortable.
It's comfortable for sure. It definitely is comfortable.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, Carson's great.
Fabulous was the perfect word. For it.
Yeah, ghetto fabulous for sure. That's how Vegas is. Vegas is ghetto fabulous. Everything looked nice around it. But
Yeah, you get right out there. He took me to Fremont for the first time.
yeah,
Fremont.
yeah, Fremont Street.
Yeah, bro.
They going up on Fremont.
That was something.
That was different. It was different for sure.
Yeah, it was fun. After 2:00 though, it get a little. Yeah,
a little weird.
It get
How would you
real.
compare it like to something out here? Like what would be the equivalent?
What, Fremont Street?
Yeah.
It's like
I don't know.
Close. It's close, but it's definitely it's a different vibe.
It's
from
definitely
Vegas.
a different vibe. So this is what the main difference to me from, I would say, Fremont Street and the Strip. The one thing, if you live in Vegas, the one thing you're gonna learn about Vegas is that Vegas is all about money.
Right.
Like they know what they doing. So if you go to a club, and like even like the last time when we all was out here, we went to a club on the Strip. The last time that we was out together, last weekend, we went to like the smaller clubs, and then we went to Fremont Street. I personally like Fremont Street a little bit better, like the clubs on Fremont Street, because it's way more comfortable. It's not Hollywood over there. So it's like, for example, like I told them, like we walked into the club that we went to, and they said like they have like little sections. And I told him, I said, like, if you buy a section on Fremont Street, you're an idiot. There's no point of you buying a section on Fremont Street.
Right. Now,
Now, if you go to the Strip, go to Dre's or something like that, they're literally going to make it to where if you don't have a section, you're going to have the worst time ever. Like, that's how they make it on the Strip. It's like they literally make it to where you're going to pay $100, depending on who's there. Like, for example, we went, it was Memorial Day weekend. Gunna was there. $200 at the door, easy.
At the door.
Yeah.
At the door, $200. Online, $110.
So them tables, it was taxing.
Tables. I remember I went to a club.
So I understand.
Metro Boomin was performing. Minimum table was $10K. 10.
Remember where we was at? Remember?
I don't got that.
Remember the section we was at when we went last time? With
At
Devon?
Dre's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much you think that was?
That was probably like 4.
Four bands?
Because I mean, Fabulous was performing.
No,
You
I'm
get what
saying-
No.
No, I'm saying, what do you-
When we went, it was 700.
700
Yeah.
went for Fab.
Yeah.
Well, I believe it.
That same section for Gunna was probably like
I'm saying
that same section for Gunna was like 10.
Yeah.
The floor was probably like 20 to 25K.
Mm-hmm.
And you right next to the regular, not regular people, but like just
like the performers.
No, just the general admission people
right next to him.
Right next to him.
Literally, right next to him. So like that's the one thing about like so the way Vegas works is that like if you get a club on they playing oldies.
Yeah,
they playing some oldies right now.
Yeah, uncles. But anyways, what you call it? Like if you go to a club, you get a section. The point of you spending all of that money, women, 85% of the women that are in a club are in there for free.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Yeah.
I believe that. Yeah,
85% are in there for free.
Yeah,
the other 15 paid
because
they was like last minute. No guest list or anything like that.
Weak as hell.
Or weak. That's what I'm saying. Like, or they got comp. They chop cheese. You get what I'm saying? Like, that those 15%, they're for sure paying. But 85%, if you a 5 out of 10, you can go to Vegas on a free trip.
If you know how to put yourself together,
you
be all right.
Literally.
If you got a friend above a 7 or 8, you be all right.
That's what I'm saying. But like it's kind of like bittersweet. And this is actually a good segue into what we're gonna talk about too. Like it's also bittersweet because it's like you're getting into the club for free for bait. Like you're like the men are paying. Trust and believe me, women are not paying
nothing
for anything. They're not buying the sections.
Hell no.
At all.
Absolutely not.
Like
it's crazy.
Even for like a bachelorette party or something like that, I guarantee you they're not paying the full amount. It's comped or something. They know somebody through there because
they know somebody. That's why they say. I think last time we was going, they said to make sure you bring a girl if you want to get in for free.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Or bring a group.
Bring a group of women.
Bring a group of. They were like, yeah, if you want to get in for free, you got to bring 10.
So damn near like 90% of like some of these clubs' income is coming from men.
Oh, for 100%.
That's a fact.
Women are not paying. Women don't pay anything at all.
They get in for free.
They get in for free.
Niggas buying their drinks.
Come on, like that's what I'm saying. Like even like with the smaller clubs that we went to, even like the smaller clubs that we went to, like women will literally float around the bar, flirt, pop it.
They gonna play the game.
They know. Women know what they doing.
They do that shit at the lower, even at the lower levels of partying too.
Exactly.
Like you go to a pool party. Fellas, $10. Ladies getting free.
Ladies, it's the same
shit.
But it's just on the highest scale possible. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get a guy that's drunk who don't care about nothing, he's spending that. If he think he gonna get some,
especially if we got bread.
Tay said go. You should go early.
So that's the thing. It's like so for example, like
the
same club that we went to.
Come to the club early, so you want to pay as much.
So the same club that we went to, it was. I don't know. To get in early, it was probably free. But you walk in, it might be 5 people in there.
So the bad part about it is you just gotta wait.
You gotta wait.
Yeah. Just gotta wait.
That's it. We was there pretty early last time we went to Dre's.
Yeah, we was there. Yeah, we was there
pretty early.
We did a little lap around on the actual floor.
We got there early for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't anybody over there.
But like I said, everything just depends on the performer. Like you buy up these sections. And then it's like, all right, cool. We got a $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 section. All right, cool. All these women that got in here for free are going to end up in a section by the end of the night. If you look 100%. A little bit good, you're gonna be in a section by the end of the night. And it's easy because that's what the girls are there for. They're there to get scooped.
Depending on how good you look, it's gonna depend on what section you.
Section you gonna be. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
If you over here cooped up in the corner.
Yeah.
Get a little top.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like if you like dance floor anywhere on the first floor, you look good. Yeah. Now you might get one chop. But that's like the
homegirl.
That's like the non-negotiable. Like she gotta go. You get what I'm saying? Like that's the +1. Yeah. Like that's the permanent +1. But other than that,
if you looking over the balcony,
if you want to be honest,
the balcony is player.
I honestly think that like
some of the girls in Vegas are just that thirsty to where if they're in a section and they can be drinking up somebody's alcohol, it does not matter.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's what they.
yeah.
I mean, that's what they come in. You know, women go to Vegas. They can go to Vegas having $200 in their account and be fine.
If that.
They could go to Vegas with no hotel reservation.
None. That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, we gotta go
Vegas
make
stay
sure
somewhere.
everything paid for, making sure we got everything covered. Cause nigga, we damn near on our own. With women out there, they can go there, catch a flight.
Man.
Somebody might find them, boom, boom, boom. And next thing you know, they got $200 in the account, but they in the most richest section in the damn bar or the club. So, and that's how that works.
It really is.
That's how that works, and it's part of the game.
Real.
It's part of the game.
I mean, bro, if I'm being real, I don't blame them because
Nah,
shit's working.
I don't either.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
There's
saying.
no blame for them.
Don't let me be
hell
a
no.
girl. Yo, what? That's what I'm saying. Yo, wait.
Wait.
Wait, that was crazy. 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 That was crazy.
No, I feel you though. I feel
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
I feel
You get what I'm
I feel
saying?
I
Like,
feel you.
I don't blame them at
Okay,
all.
There's no blame
okay.
for
Do you
sure.
think it's a win-win for the girls and the guys when that whole thing?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You don't?
Spending $10,000 just for some women to come.
I
in.
do
Why is that?
because the ones that spending $10K got it.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
Like you got like.
Wait.
Okay, but
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you sure that's not true? Because being at the club is they're big on ego, and ego can cost them a lot of money.
That's fair.
So just because you got the section, I don't mean you got it. I think you just
Well, hypothetically,
had the funds to purchase.
At the time.
Hypothetically,
At the time.
if we all four got a section comfortably, and it's
Yes.
like, all right,
Yes.
like, do you think that's fair? It's a win-win having the females in there.
I mean, if you get in the
for
section,
free.
if you get in the section for y'all, like for us, and not particularly for the women,
Mhm.
I feel like it's a win. Like if we got it, we got the means to spend to piece up on a 10K section to see Gunna or whatever, and we know we're gonna have drinks. Women gonna come to the section. Fuck it. But if you scrapping for change,
That's what
Oh,
I mean.
yeah. Okay.
And
Dude,
You
it's-
nickel and dime
there's
you nickel and
niggas-
diamond for this
for some-
section.
There's
Okay.
niggas like
just
that.
for women, nah.
Yeah.
There's
You
niggas
shouldn't
like
even
that.
be there.
Yeah.
They will put their financials in jeopardy just to be seen or just to
Yeah.
For the status.
just for the status,
Okay.
just for the
Yeah.
look, just for for women just to be in their what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So that's what I say, because I know every nigga in there ain't just got it, spent
Right.
some 10,000, like that.
For
ain't
sure.
nothing. I know niggas in there like, nigga, you gonna pay me? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said we
yeah.
gonna go have. He over there, he not even having fun. He over here just,
Oh,
nigga,
we-
you gonna get me? Like what's up?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Where
That's
that when them
fair.
300
2 racks
for a bottle. What the?
So I say that it
Come
just
back in like
depends.
5 minutes.
Just depends on how comfortable your finances is, because it is a good feeling. We all been in sections before. It's a good feeling to be in a section. Women, whatever they do, anything, but it's that after phase. Like, nigga, was that worth it? Like,
Definitely wasn't.
Yeah,
worth
it's not worth it.
It's definitely not worth it. You just spent 2,500 and you went back solo dolo.
solo dolo.
Yeah, solo dolo.
All
But
these
even-
bitches drink
even-
everything, high and dry.
I'm gonna be honest. Even at that, like let's
Damn
say you spent 2,500 and you came back with some crack. That's still
That's
not
still
worth.
bad. Nah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
let me
It
ask-
depends if you got it or not.
Let me ask this on a smaller scale. Actually, I don't know if it's a smaller. What would you say that it is out? Isn't that like low key prostitute? Is that crazy? Is that
you can go
is that
there.
crazy?
You can go.
It's not.
I mean,
it's not
if you-
crazy. It's not
if,
crazy.
if you go and get in there, get a little deeper in there, I can understand where you're coming from.
Because here's the thing: is like,
I don't think so.
okay, so what's the definition of that then?
I mean, but I mean, if you want to go to that extent, we could say simply if you crack on the first date, that could be low key some type, because you basically, because prostitution, you paying for the
But like
for the
to
box,
a certain
right?
extent,
Yeah.
we
Paying
all
for the
gotta
box,
pay
right?
to play, right?
you paying
To
for
a
the box,
certain-
right?
To a certain
To a
extent,
certain
we all gotta
extent.
pay to
To a
play.
certain
Even if you
extent.
just
You paying for
linking
the
up with a
box.
girl, taking her on a date, whatever, you paying to
Going to
play.
McDonald's.
I'm
or
saying,
Yeah,
to a
some-
certain
so
extent,
I
you
say
gotta
that
spend
for
something,
sure.
All right, so what's OnlyFans then?
That's prostitution.
That's
That's
isn't that,
what
that
it
isn't that
is.
okay? So that's
a
what I'm
problem.
saying.
That's,
So
I'm not trying to get to know you. Nothing. I'm
Yeah,
my car.
You gotta pay to play, but
I'm buying
depending
some
on
apples or
the
something.
environment, is going to determine how much you paying to play.
right.
Fair.
Vegas, you gonna pay a lot to play.
You're gonna pay a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Rather
what I'm
if
saying.
you just hit a girl up on Instagram, woo woo woo, let's go out for
Some drinks.
Cheesecake
Yeah, at the end of the
Factory
day,
drinks or
that's-
some
yeah.
shit
I mean,
like
That,
that.
okay, in a case like that though, that's not. I wouldn't say that. I'm not even gonna say the word. I don't know if that's TOS or anything like that. But like, I'm not even gonna say that because that's more of like just being genuine. Because it's like typically, if a girl's going out with you or whatever for a free meal, and she feels obligated to, that's a different story.
That's different.
That's different. But if she already knew that, all right, I'm about to get a free meal out of him, in return, I'm giving up this box. Like, that's what you get what I'm saying?
That's
If
prostitution.
If she knew that,
that's definitely.
and she goes out every day for a free meal with a new dude because she just looks that good,
That's
but
predetermined.
she gotta
That's
get
predetermined.
in her head. She's like, well,
I have to suck his dick.
I have to. I have to. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Oh my god.
So I think it just depends. Because I think like in any case, it's like if you see a beautiful woman, and for example, like me and my girl, like our first date, where you guys think we went? First link.
I mean, y'all seem like y'all not the type to.
Where'd you meet her at?
Yeah, where'd you meet her at? Let's see that.
We had mutuals, but we were following each other on Instagram.
Okay.
Y'all don't seem like the type to be going like to
A nigga like
high-end.
Twon. Nah.
High
Nigga
end.
like Twon.
Go ahead.
Probably some drinks.
Is it high end?
A nigga like
Hell
Twon.
no.
Oh, okay, so
A nigga like Twon
I
probably
got it.
did either like
I got it.
I want to say bowling, but he don't
I
seem
want
like
to
the
say,
bowling
wait,
type.
when did y'all meet? Hold on, when did y'all meet? What year did y'all
Social media, like in terms of talking,
Yeah.
social media.
like, so like what
Instagram.
year? What year did y'all meet? Like start talking.
We've been with. It'll be 5 years soon. In a few
Sky
months.
Zone.
Sky Zone.
Nah,
Like
you,
as a
you
date.
work because
we
you
went,
worked there.
y'all went shopping.
we went to Cane's.
Oh,
That's solid.
Car.
That's cool.
I
We
went
to
to
Raising
Chick-fil-A.
Cane's.
that's cool.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I went to
first
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
link up, first date. Went to Raising Cane's.
To the
You know what I'm
parking lot.
saying? Little car convo.
Mhm.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But
It's
Donnie-
genuine.
Donnie,
it's genuine.
Yeah.
Donnie, like I went to the
You know
parking
what I'm
lot.
saying?
I didn't want to say it. But, man.
She pulled up. That nigga was in the back seat.
No, nigga.
Honey pack and everything.
Honey pack.
in his drawers.
Honey pack. Extra pair. Extra pair.
Nah, I think it's like in terms of like it's genuine for sure. More than usual is genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna negate the fact that there are people and there's women that's gonna like trick,
Mm.
and it's like I'm not gonna lie. If my girl if I would have took her to Cane's on the first day and she was like, "Why are you taking me here?" we probably wouldn't be together.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just. Yeah, I mean, I always like that. I always like that type of relationship. You know, you're not really trying to impress on the first day. You really just trying to get a feel on who
Just trying to get to
who
know
you
her.
talking to.
Trying to talk first
yeah,
link. You
that's
know what I'm
why
saying?
my best dates has been in the not Donnell's car.
Whoa,
not Donnell's type of car, but it's like we just been talking in the car.
combos.
Yeah, just car convos. That my best days been in there. There's some days I took them on this type of fun little adventures. It was cool, but like just sitting down talking to somebody, I'm like, damn, I really enjoy myself. Just having some music in the background. You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
spent some money on some first dates before.
We
but
know.
Also,
We
know.
know.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, we know for sure.
How much is like for like a good?
Okay.
Hey.
Kendall spent
I'll-
like $1,200 on
No.
$1,200?
Don't let this nigga lie to you, bro. Do not let him lie to you. Look, I feel like I'm gonna be real transparent.
Okay,
This is the most expensive date I've taken a girl on, and I don't even know if I should
but
say
it's
this.
not. It's not first
Exactly.
date.
he gonna get in
This was a
trouble.
first date.
First date.
He gonna get in trouble.
This was a first date.
Jade, I love you.
This was a first date.
Me too.
Jade, I love you.
So boom, I picked the girl up.
Okay.
We go to an escape room.
Okay.
So boom, the reservations for the escape room, I think it was like around like $60 a person. So
That's fair.
So $120 for the escape room. Boom.
120.
Shit.
Then after the escape room, we ended up going to eat dinner. I had reservations.
Where?
Thank you.
Reservations.
Damn, what's that place called? It's like a sushi place in Hollywood.
Shit.
Hollywood?
Yamashiro.
Shit.
Namashiro.
I went to Yamashiro.
Don't matter. $100.
I spent two something at Yamashiro.
Shit.
Okay. Let me ask you this:
Shit.
how long did you guys know each other before you guys went on?
We was
on
probably talking for like about a
week.
month.
Yeah,
Shit.
he was.
Okay, so
that's
you
a
already-
little unacceptable.
You are. Let's say you spent $220. You already $340.
No, this is not including the escape room.
No.
he said
120 for the
120?
escape room,
Yeah,
$200 something dollars at
200
Yamashiro.
So $300. We're at $300.
Right
Yeah.
now, yeah.
Three,
Okay, that's
three
what I'm saying.
something.
Three at
Three-
$300.
three
Three
some.
some.
Yeah.
Three, we'll say 350.
And we're still going.
$350.
Let's just say
Yeah.
3.
Okay,
We'll say
what else?
350.
We're still going. What took her shopping?
This
At
the
the-
same day.
Valet was like $30.
Okay, $380.
Drop her ass at home.
So that's not $380. So
No lunchbox.
Oh. But
Like, come on. I was about to say.
all
My
right,
balls being dribbled.
let me
That's crazy.
She was playing with the ball.
Hey.
all right, so let me
Come on, bro.
how okay. I'm trying to think like how did you feel?
I didn't feel no type of way because we genuinely had a good time though.
Right.
Oh,
right,
my
right,
God.
Was she appreciative?
Yeah, she was appreciative. You feel me? We had a good time. You feel me?
Okay.
Did she kiss you on the cheek?
Wow.
No,
Damn it.
Donnell,
God
like-
damn it.
But like I wasn't
Wow.
impressed either. You feel me? I wasn't like I wouldn't have that mindset. It was like I'm doing this to fuck.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't my mindset. So I wasn't tripping.
Typically, when you have that mindset, that means the one that you know doing stuff with is like the one. That's
Yeah.
the person that you want to pursue
Yeah.
something with. If
Mhm.
it's not,
Yeah.
With that
If you
intention.
doing shit just to get the box or whatever,
yeah,
You're wildin'.
then that's when you're gonna be pissed.
yeah. What happened?
You straight.
Desperation is a motherfucker, boy. Shit.
I think that's the most I've spent on a first date.
See, you know what the thing is too, and I think it's just me as a man, is you gotta start like, especially if you just like, for example, like with me, I started at the lowest of lows, Canes. So now I can go to the Cheesecake Factory.
And that shit look like
It's only up from here.
Exactly.
You feel me?
And then after that, then I can go to a steak. That's exactly what I did. It's like it wasn't even planned that way. It was
Right.
just natural of
Mhm.
like, all right, hey, let's go here. In my eyes, it's like, yeah, I'm just going on like we're just getting something to eat. But because I'm in a romantic setting or a more intimate setting, then it's like to her it's a date.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I treat it more as a date.
Mhm.
And then from there, see, that's the thing with me is that once you start high, you got to
gotta
continue
keep
to go.
that
You
shit.
know
That's
what I'm
what
saying?
that's what I was
You gotta keep that
just
shit,
thinking about
boy.
this probably like yesterday when you like start somewhere, it's like you can't
That's how she see you now.
exactly.
That's how she sees
You
you,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So when I look at a female and I take her out, there's been times I did a smaller version of Kindle. I didn't go to that extreme, but I did some Kindles before.
It's not that extreme, but like $400 for a first date is up there though.
That's
Oh,
that's
it is.
crazy.
It is up there.
$400.
That's date one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is up there.
That
But
shit
now when I
damn
look at it,
50.
the more like I say for the female, the more like they are. I don't know how to explain it, but like when they do like the small things where it's like they're not really tripping about the actual setting of the day, they just want to just be
Just
around
wanna
you.
be around you. Yeah.
That makes me want to go take them out to a fancier date. But if
Yeah.
they the ones taking pictures and like they just want to
Exactly.
they over here just so like mind blown by like where they're at. And I'm like, all right, well,
acting
Yeah.
like they don't
That's-
belong.
you ain't gonna take a picture of Kane, so I'll tell you that.
Right.
See,
You ain't
and
gonna take a picture of this three finger combo.
See, that's
I mean,
that's why
King
like that's why I appreciate like my girl so much, is because it's like just like me, she also came from humble beginnings too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's like she's never, the expectation is not there.
Right.
Which, and like you said, it's like if you really, really like someone, and I'm sure it's the same thing for you, you're gonna enjoy doing things to see your significant other happy. Like
Literally.
you're not gonna feel resentful or anything like. Or when you leave, you're like, damn, I just spent 400. You get what I'm saying? It's like you genuinely enjoyed doing that. You were like for me, like I remember when I took my girl to the steakhouse for the first time. I think it was like Capitol Grill, and she told me, she was like, "This is the first time I've ever been to a steakhouse," and that could have been a little subtle to her, but to me, it's like I'm glad that I was the one that you were the first one that you were able to experience this.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I got a question for y'all. So, I know you guys are in relationships, but like, if you were to deal with how do y'all feel on the females that get exposed to like these adventurous things? Like, I know like some females where it's like they've gotten flown out. They got flown
Yeah.
out. Super Bowl,
yeah,
all paid for. They getting cash. They getting money, cash app to them all the time.
yeah.
How would you, if you were to take a girl like you? I know you probably wouldn't, but if you was like, if she tell you all this, like, how would you like take that in? Like, if you wanted to take the girl seriously, like she getting all
Like,
this type of treatment.
So you saying like if I'm talking to a girl and this is
Yeah.
what she's, I would probably say,
Don't expect that shit from me.
yeah,
No, for real.
I wouldn't.
Everything I'll tell you straight up. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck.
I wouldn't say that because I don't even present myself to
as
even
that type
be
of person. Yeah.
that type of dude. So if you're talking to me, you already don't expect that from me, and I'm not trying to make myself somebody that I'm not anyway.
Yeah.
So if you fucking with me, you fucking with me for me.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't even expect extravagant dates and type of lifestyle like that anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't even think I would even have to explain myself like that. If she wanted to tell me about her past, damn.
God damn.
But yeah. But if she would want to like share like, past experiences that she's been through with different dudes, yeah, that's cool. But at the end of the day, she know where she at.
But David's saying, like, if she asks you, right, like, could you provide that for me? Is that
Oh,
what
she
you're saying?
asking me,
Yeah.
can I provide that?
No, I was just
Or,
saying, like, basically, how would you feel,
If
knowing
that
that?
was her
Because
past.
because he said his girl came from humble beginnings. What if some girl experienced all this,
Oh,
just this whole thing,
mm-hmm.
and now she talking to you? Is like, now you get the question, like, what the fuck?
I mean,
I'm not about to do that for you,
it
so-
depends on the
Yeah.
dude she was dealing with. Like, you dealing with, I'm saying, an athlete or somebody whoever got money.
Yeah,
It's the type of experiences you're going to get because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
their lifestyle. You
Yeah.
feel me? I can't fault her for that.
Yeah.
No,
Sure,
not at all. Those experiences. I'm pretty sure those were some fun
You know what I'm
experiences.
saying?
but it's like-
Just like if we had it, we'll be traveling and shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
fact.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to get y'all because it's like, I know some women that kind of like how Twon was saying that came from humble beginnings. That I took them to, I don't know, took them to some regular spot and
They
they
thought
like
it
they
was the best
amazed.
thing in
They
the world.
like
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah.
like, I ain't never been here before.
Yeah, I definitely mess with the ones that just appreciate your time
Yeah.
rather than appreciating the
I'm
things.
telling you, the car like conversations is where it's like, okay, like you really get to know the person. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
If they don't want to be in that car, like they just like, where we going? It's like, we're just trying to talk.
Yeah.
I think that's what the first date should be, just trying to get to know each other.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
so-
what it's always been until now.
Facts.
yeah.
That's what
Like,
that
Yeah, like,
definitely is what it's
my
always been.
yeah, my parents.
I got you. Which one
Like-
are you? You green?
Yeah, green.
Yeah, my parents.
Yeah,
All
right.
You good?
my parents dated, my older brothers dated. Like, they always went for coffee or some real simple, because they just a park somewhere, a hike somewhere simple, just to know the person. Like, I don't know you, so I'm not gonna spend all the $100 on you for what? I don't know you. I'm trying to get to know you.
And it's
so,
social media that
Yeah.
got a big influence on the dating
definitely,
market right
sure.
now.
Definitely.
yeah.
Like if we weren't too accessible to see how other people are living, see how other people are living,
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
we wouldn't have
Exactly.
nothing to compare it to.
Exactly.
So we wouldn't be trying to live beyond our means.
Yeah.
We trying to live to a standard for somebody else and not our own.
It's at the worst that it could possibly
Yeah.
be right now. See, this is what I was like thinking. I was like, damn, like eventually later down the line, and I'm sure all of us, we want to have kids one day.
Right.
What is it going to look like when our kids turn to 15, 16, 17 years old, especially if I have a daughter? Like, from now, we know certain men, and we know that the expectations and, like, sometimes the mindsets of certain men are bad. Like I said, I'm a high school teacher.
Right.
So I'm around 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids that are very vulnerable, and they tell me a lot of stuff. And I'm like, damn, this is what it's like for y'all at 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. Let me have a daughter. You get what I'm saying? So, and I wouldn't feel guilty for being strict or anything like that. It's not going to be necessarily for her, but it's going to be necessarily for what I know is surrounding her. You get what I'm saying?
Out there coming for.
So it's only getting worse. I think that this kind of like segues to what we were going to talk about, just about lust, in general, just with men. Well, would you just put lust? That could be the first question. Do you think that lust is primarily a problem for men, or do you think that women deal with lust too, but they get away with it because they're women? Like the negative parts of lust because they're a woman.
It's always the men, for sure, because let me see. I would say it's the men for sure, because we have the funds, we have the resources.
Yeah.
And for somebody to give up their resources for something that can be, played around with, that's not cool at all.
I wish we had a woman on the pod right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna get them in here. Don't worry about it. We'll get them in here.
If I were to think from like a woman's perspective, I would think the level of lust a woman has, I think it correlates with the level of attention this woman gets.
True.
I feel like if you're a woman that gets less attention than average, you're gonna be more lustful.
Really?
I think so.
And I'm a counter on that. I think it's the opposite for men.
Okay.
I think the less attention niggas get, or any guys get from women, the more lustful they are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In terms of a guy that gets a lot of women, he's not as lustful because it's there. Because I feel like lust could be a lot of things. It could we could keep it real. It could be a porn addiction. It could be just hitting anything. Just if it's available. It could be just any type of sexual thinking that's as a form of lust. So
now we've all seen the tragic stories of niggas that never had no women, and then they ended up in a position where now they probably got a lot of money. They just got drafted or some shit.
Yeah.
Now they just can't keep their dick in their pants.
Right. And it would just show. So I say, though, that's perfect. They're opposite. They're opposite each other. But to count on what you were saying, Donnie, I agree, but disagree on that too, because I think it's a women thing too. I think in terms of like lust, it's a women thing too, because just to count on what you said about even men too, the men part I believe is simply like OnlyFans. I feel like that lust from OnlyFans is what creates this mind that women are like these toys or these objects. These objects. You know what I'm saying? That's created. OnlyFans is created from niggas. Just
there's a market for it.
People, guys.
Yeah.
They look at it. Like you said, here's my card. I like what I see. Pay for it. Talk nasty to me. Whatever. Blase, and I'm keep paying. That's the only reason why OnlyFans going up is because of
that's
thirsty ass niggas.
Yeah,
right.
That's it. Yeah, that's why I said it's more for the men. It's more like less is really for the men because of that reason.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it could be for women too, because why do you have three different baby daddies? Why you are in these situations?
That could be for a lot.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That could be for different reasons.
Yeah.
I think so. Here's my problem. And all of us work out. All of us go to the gym, or all of us have been in a space.
Yes, we do. That's a fact. I'm glad I can
Hey
be in that
Donnell, you
clip.
funny as hell, bro.
I'm
He
glad I'm
glad
in that clip.
he finally got his card.
Oh, to the gym.
Yeah, he finally
Yeah,
little membership card.
Like I think it's a big thing right now. Like especially like we see on social media of like just modesty, like or like women going to the club, women going to the gym, and my thing is this: I think lust for women is strictly based off the attention that comes with it when they are lustful towards men. That's the main thing that I think drives lust for women. For example, women that go to the gym that are like half naked
Mm-hmm.
in a gym. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But or we've seen it on like social media where like they'll record themselves
Mm-hmm.
and then a guy could be looking at himself in the mirror if or a guy could like look at her or something and then she clips it and like, oh my God, look at this guy, this and that. I feel like women, they have, and I'm not a woman. Like I said, I wish we did have a woman, you know, that was here on the pod that can give her perspective. But I feel that a lot of the times they're a little bit insecure
Mm-hmm.
in the attention that they probably do get, or maybe they've gotten so much attention that when the attention stops, they got to do whatever they can do to get it. So I definitely think that lust is an issue for men. Lust was an issue for all of us at
Right,
some
at
point
some
in
point
our
in time.
lives.
Definitely,
Shit,
yeah.
for Adam.
Somebody.
Shit, it was
I've-
because of bro. This girl ate that goddamn apple, bruh. God damn it. All because she had some nice little body.
Yeah.
You know, God told you to do something like, but she bad, God. But she cute though.
How you know she had a body?
I don't know. It's Adam, bro. You gotta ask him shit. You gotta ask, bro.
It was
He-
naked.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people blame Eve for that, bro. It's really Adam, bro.
I
Yeah.
say,
'Cause
she
She
go ahead,
came
go ahead,
from
go ahead.
Adam. Oh, go ahead, man.
I was just saying, you know, I was just thinking about this earlier today. Can you ultimately what was your definition of conquering lust? Can y'all is it
conquering in a like overcoming
overcoming
lust?
I would say discipline.
Because I'll say I don't. For me personally, I look at lust as like as a burning fire that you can never put out, but you can tame it.
You can definitely tame
You
it.
can
Definitely
tame it to the point where it could be a little campfire. It's still there.
Yeah.
It could be a little campfire.
Now, there's a difference between lust and attraction. And like what that little campfire is could just be attraction.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's natural. That's normal. We're naturally just drawn to
Yeah.
beautiful women.
I want that.
I feel like lust is like you saying,
A wildfire.
motherfuckers
Keep the campfire real.
that can't stop watching porn.
Yeah.
They can't even walk 2 blocks without looking at a girl's ass or saying something about a girl or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, look at her, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
You go on his explore page and all you see is half naked women. That's lust.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
what
man.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
that's
you
lust.
can never, because when I hear people say, yeah, I defeated lust. I'm like, no, you can't defeat lust.
Can't defeat it.
You
Yeah.
can't defeat it. It's always gonna be there, but you can tame it. You can have it
Yeah.
on a whole. You can keep it, surrounded. You can, keep it at a minimum.
Yeah.
But there's times where there's people's lust. It's as big as a wildfire. It's out of control. It's burning everything to the point where when a wildfire is burning everything, that means it's affecting your mental. It's affecting
That's the
your
first thing to
relations.
do.
It's affecting your relationships.
Yeah.
It's affecting your health. You know what I'm saying? You can't even pause, but you can't even get that shit up. And when you really in that motherfucker, you can't even get that shit up. So it's like it messes with everything. That's when that wildfire builds. So I always just say it's a fire for sure. It always will be a fire, but as long as you tame it, for sure.
I think it's gonna get worse.
That's a good explanation.
Yeah.
I just think it's just gonna continue to get worse, like just generations, like I was talking about earlier. I just think that like with social media now, that's what's craved. You know what I'm saying? You could have you could be a 5 with a fat ass and get 100K followers,
Easy.
Come on,
That's
man.
a-
and start a business or make money off of that. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like now that people have turned lust into careers, like we were saying with OnlyFans and stuff. But can you blame them?
Not at all.
That's what I'm saying. Can you
yeah.
blame them? Because
No.
this is what I thought about. If you got a 50-year-old, 60-year-old old guy, probably single, probably got a wife, he can't get it up no more. He can't get, the box no more or anything like that. And the only way that he can satisfy himself is by paying that little $7.99 to go look at other women that don't even know him, and all he's attached to is his keyboard and that OnlyFans chat to look at some women or see whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you blame as a woman if you know that a man is going to be willing to pay you that?
You
or
can never blame him.
Yeah.
Trust and believe me.
Nowadays, as a woman, I truly believe women nowadays really believe if they had no substance, they could live off the lust market for the rest of their life.
For the rest of their life.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
literally.
They probably wouldn't get.
If you like you said, if you a 5 with a fat ass, you be all right.
Yeah, literally.
You be all right.
Like I said, like people have turned lust into businesses now. I met people in Vegas that they run, those girls with like the flamingo outfit or the the strip, like girls on the strip taking pictures. Like, doesn't believe me, they're bringing bread.
We
Yeah,
might think it's
sure.
crazy.
Yeah.
I never give him a dime.
No, I know it's crazy.
No. You know how crazy the lust market is? Adam 22 was willing to pimp out his wife
Yeah,
for a porno video that probably made millions.
millions.
That's
Millions.
sick.
That's just
His wife.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
That's
it's
crazy.
It's only getting worse. Like, hold on, something. Yeah, like it's
That
only
is the
getting worse
craziest
right
shit
now.
ever.
I'll be damned if my girl. Damn,
That sound crazy.
you get what I'm
No,
saying?
Seriously.
But it's like my girl has enough respect for herself and me to
Right.
not even approach me with something like that. But like I said, it's only getting worse.
Mhm.
It is going to continue to get worse. Right now, like it's hard for I'm a young teacher. Like young teacher, that was one of the concerns that they had for me starting my job. They were like, "Look, you a young, black, handsome teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Young. I started teaching when I was like 21, 22 years old.
So you
My-
already around the same age bracket.
My seniors are 18.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? I've definitely had girls try me before, not to an extreme, but
Yeah.
they've verbally said some stuff like, "Yo, like, yeah, Mr. Henry, you're cute,"
Mhm.
or "Yeah, you smell good," or this and that. So where it's like there's been situations of teachers here, teachers at my school, teachers in the area that have gotten fired because of, oh yeah, they had sexual relations with a kid. You know what I'm saying? It's only getting worse.
And I could believe that's happening because it's not gonna happen to a person like you, but imagine a man that ain't never got no female attention
Right.
like
Yeah.
that before. He's going.
Especially, that's what I'm saying. High school,
All the way
he's
going.
going. That's what I'm
He's
saying.
going.
I'll be damned.
And it's really unfortunate, but this generation is getting worse and worse and worse. And I don't know. It's like something I can't really like fathom and understand. Like people don't really
It's gonna
have.
be low right now
Oh, you
because
hear
of
me?
ice cream.
Oh, like people don't really have a moral compass of like this is not right.
Mhm.
Like when you're in this situation, you don't have the thought in your mind to say that I shouldn't be in this situation or this is the consequences that's going to happen. Not only am I going to lose my job, but I'm going to be charged as a registered sex
Going
offender for the
to
rest of my
jail.
life.
Going to jail
Fuck.
for 2 minutes of bail.
And then even socially,
That's not even funny.
even if
That
you
was
were
mine.
to overcome this situation socially, who do you think is going to be willing to fuck with you after that?
Yeah,
Not a goddamn
literally.
soul.
Like nobody.
Nobody.
It's yeah, you can run it up. It's scary, bro. It's very scary that the times that we in and times that we're gonna be in. Especially for our kids. And that's what it starts at the house.
At the
Bringing it
house.
up the right way. We all
Yeah.
was brought up the right way.
Definitely
You
at
know
the
what
house.
I'm saying? We all, was taught the right way. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and that's what it really starts with. And you doing a great job, Twon. Trying to, put your 2 cents into to to the next generation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's you can only do so much.
Yeah, that's
You can only do so much.
You know,
That's-
because they're not your kids.
I know you witness lust from, you know, your male students too. Like, what is your like advice and message to them when you're like,
when I tell like
Yeah.
when they talk to me about it. Well,
Mhm.
first and foremost, this typically happened like around my first year. So that's the one thing about being a young teacher, especially because I coach. A lot of the kids are gonna think that they cool with you. They might think that like instead of me being the teacher, I'm more like the homie. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So first and foremost, like I do give them advice, and I'm telling them like, yo, whatever. I kind of talk to them in a broader spectrum
okay,
because when I was in high school, when all of us was in high school, we wasn't no better either.
yeah,
Right.
You know, we wasn't. We
Yeah,
wasn't. We're
facts.
not gonna sit and act like we was the holiest people in the world,
Absolutely
or that
not.
when a girl with a fat ass walked by that we ain't look either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But I pretty much talk to them for future. Like I tell them like, hey, you're a man. You got testosterone for sure. But number one, I think my problem is when they're very, very open and they're telling the girls. Like I had guys like I walk by and like guys are like, damn, you got a fat ass. Like to where
bold.
to where it becomes
Oh, very
to
bold.
where it becomes disrespectful.
Mm.
So I remember I had a conversation with one of my guys, and he was actually a good guy. Look, he didn't do anything wrong. This conversation just brought up. I said, look, like you got to understand, if you think lust is just gonna fall away and just go away, or like whatever mindset that you have about women is gonna go away while you guys are here and you got to go back home to your mom, what do you think is gonna happen when you got to go to college? And when it's a party scene and you ain't got no mom there, you ain't got no dad there, it's just you, it's gonna get worse. I really like I try to be careful with I had a student that was a girl that was kind of out there, and she was trying to like, she'll always mention like, oh yeah, like this boy likes me now or this, and I told her, I said, look, it's gonna be, you have to get this out of your mind now to where you can't make your identity about men, because once you get to college, you're very smart, and once you get out the house, and if you have that identity, you're gonna get taken advantage of. Now, God forbid that doesn't involve,
Right.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
to that extreme.
Right.
But it is
But-
possible.
It definitely is. In this generation, it's possible. All it takes is for a guy, you go to a party, he sees that you're a little drunk,
Take advantage of the situation.
take advantage of the situation.
Taking advantage of the situation is crazy. It
So-
happens though.
But like you said, it's kind of hard for me. One of the things that, just in general as a teacher, that I have to learn, is that as much as I want to walk in the class and wear my Superman cape every single day, I can't. I have to understand that if I could talk and if I can reach to one person out of the 30 that I have that day or in the class, if I can reach one person, then that matters to me.
Right.
But keep in mind, for a lot of my kids that I talk to and that I counsel to, they're only with me for maybe 2 to 3 hours a week. When you got to go back home to whatever lifestyle or
Whatever you got
environment,
going on.
you know what I'm saying? In most cases, my 3 hours is not significant enough for you to change.
Right.
In a lot of cases, you know, a lot of people change by experience. So, unfortunately, something has to happen in a negative way for you to be like, you know what,
Right to
damn.
click. Yeah.
You have to put your hand on it. A lot of them, they have to put their hand on the stove to know
They
that
gotta
the
put
stove the stove is hot.
Since we on that, you know, we didn't even really talk about this before we got on here, but I always had this thought where, you know, we've learned a lot through experience. We learned a lot through other people's perspective. Why is it that we have to, and it's good that we do, but why is it that we all have to go through the fire?
We got to learn the hard way.
I believe that it's a cycle because people go through the fire, come out of it, tell them not to go through the fire. Then that person that they telling goes through the fire,
Yeah.
tells the next person don't go through the fire.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do we have to necessarily go through it to speak on it?
Because it's like you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Know what I'm
And we're
saying?
all we're all naturally stubborn.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
like we'll be open to wisdom, but we really like Kendall said, like you really not gonna know
until you do it.
if you can get, for example, like if you can get away with it for so many times and nothing happens, it's gonna take for example, it's like a drunk driver. Typically, in most cases, the first time someone drinks and they drive, they gonna get home safe.
They'll be fine. Yeah.
But after the 115th time where they
It take
thought they
one
was
time.
good, it take
one.
you get what I'm saying?
It take one time.
They thought that all the times before was good until that one time where they got just drunk enough to go out and put their lives on the line and possibly could take the lives of someone else, is when they finally realize, all right, I shouldn't be doing this. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like everybody thinks their situation is different. Like nothing is new under the sun. So people, like, let's say like with the lust situation with your students, it's like they think, oh, since my situation is different, like I don't have to abide by that rule because this is something different. It's like, nah, this is the same exact thing. This is the exact road you're heading.
It's principle.
It's principle.
A lot of people, not just my students, a lot of people take like advice and wisdom personal. It's not personal, it's principle.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter who it is. It's the same foundation for me,
Same shit.
for you. Now, the path might be different, but just for a moral compass, as a man, it's principle.
Right.
It's stuff that you should not be doing.
Thank you.
It's stuff that you should not be saying. I don't care how you was raised. I don't care who your mama is. I don't care who your daddy is. I don't care who your friends are. Some stuff you should not do because that is not right as a man to do.
Right.
Simple.
Right.
Doesn't matter how old you are. If you 10, 12, 15, 16, 25, 85, it doesn't matter. It's just the moral compass of a good man should not be doing this.
Right.
A moral man should not be doing this. Saying this. I think that's where a lot of the problems is that a lot of people they drop the principle.
Yeah. So like, so let's just say like hypothetically, like speaking, a father been in and out of jail. He got a son. Chances are his son gonna go through the same type of deal, and the dad can be like, son, don't go through what I went through, whatever.
Yeah.
The son don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm gonna just speak on my experience because this is what helped me get over past my little lust phase. This was probably like around 18, 19 years old, like fresh out of high school. I think I came across a video where they were saying, young men need to focus on themselves, find themselves, really do what they got to do, not, doing everything for women. But if you focus on yourself and you get yourself together, not only that you will begin to attract the right type of people around you, you'll attract more women. And not only that you'll attract more women, you're going to attract the woman that's for you.
For you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of shooting at every woman that you think that look good, those women are not for you. They just look attractive.
Thank
you feel
you.
me? So I really have to step back and be like, okay, so who is Kendall? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, who am I? What do I like to do?
Like that
saying?
one. Who am I?
Yeah, who am I? You know what I'm
Identify
saying?
yourself.
Look yourself in the mirror and be like, okay,
Hey, self.
do you genuinely like who you see? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like a lot of young men aren't happy with themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then they lean on lust to make them feel better.
Feel better, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They get that little dopamine hit when they watching porn or whatever the case
Or
may
whatever
fetish crave y'all got.
crave. That's like a lot of people that are like obese. A lot of people are obese and are just unhealthy because they feel like they're already in too deep to get healthy. So it's like they look at themselves in the mirror every single day. They probably even people that are fit. I feel like I'm a pretty fit person.
Yeah.
But I've had phases where I might tell my girl, like, to this day, I'm like, damn, like I gotta get in the gym this week. Like we had a long weekend. I was like, damn, I drank a lot this weekend. I felt like I gained 10 pounds,
That's
and
what
I was like
came
you know what
back.
I'm saying? It's whatever negative issues, whether if it's lust, whether if it's obesity, whether if it's pure disrespect, just people just being nasty, people that people can't be around because of how mean, whether people are bullying someone, and people are bullies now in different ways.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely
For
derived
sure.
from some form of insecurity that man has or woman
Right.
has within themselves.
No, it 100% does, And when we circle around lust, that's what it that's where it hits home. This lustful thought. There's something that's wrong, internal.
Yeah.
With you is something that's not clicking. Because if you getting that love from home, you getting that that woman is satisfying you. Whatever you got going on, you living a great life. Them people, you're not gonna have them situations.
Yeah.
But you got the people that's basically making OnlyFans a multi-million-dollar business. Though all them people, I'm sorry to say, it's something wrong with Twin. It's something wrong with him. It's something wrong with him because there's no way. And it's crazy that you think about it because when we think it's crazy, the world thinks it's regular. It's regular. I can't sit here, look at somebody, pay them to talk to me, and sometimes I looked on Twitter. Sometimes it's just the bot chatting. It's not even really her talking to them.
Yeah,
it's not even really.
She got mods.
She got mods.
She got mods. It's really a bot talking to them. So I can't even fathom going in there, working hard and paying my hard earned money to talk to someone so they can just have their ass out and they box out and just me to look at it.
But like that's like you feel me? Like that's us. Like we've experienced being with women. Like you gotta think, there's still people at our big age that don't have no experience with women.
Yeah,
tough.
That don't. It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate that they're so socially inadequate.
Yeah,
socially just awkward. They can't even.
Is that okay? Is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
It's something. Would you say something is wrong with somebody that hasn't been with the female?
I think your social skills are just bad.
Okay.
I think it just depends. Like it could be from like your faith. You could have like a really deep Christian faith where it's like you know what, you don't save yourself and marry. Like I think it just depends. But I think in most cases, if you're a decently handsome man, I'm not saying you have to have sex. Right. But at least be able to, communicate.
Yeah.
Like I know people have like social anxiety. I think most guys that probably have that issue, they probably have a really, really deep fear of rejection, and which is a big case of why. However, like I said, that's something you grown.
You got to get over that. That's something you get over as a teenager.
20, at our ages, if you feel like you can't talk to women, that's on you.
Yeah.
If you're a handsome dude, and if you feel like you can't talk to women, I guarantee if you feel like you can't talk to women, you probably can't have a genuine conversation with anybody.
Right.
If you feel like you can't talk to women because if you see that the women, I've heard people say that I can't be friends with a woman unless she's bad.
Okay, that's crazy.
I'm serious. As a matter of fact, that's actually
damn
friends. That's actually.
Now I will say this, and this goes. It's a testament to my evolution as a man too. It's like I used to think I couldn't be friends with women unless we're dating or we're talking.
Yeah.
I used to think like that.
Yeah.
Until I realized, okay, I can have a friendship with a woman. We don't have to be hitting off on that type of time.
Yeah.
And that came with just like maturity, with like overcoming lust. Cause I'm thinking like, okay, well, every woman that I feel obligated to talk to, I'm attracted to.
Yeah.
Right.
Know
what I'm saying?
Now, so what would you say for someone that potentially is watching that could be dealing with lust? How could you say that's something? I know we talked about how lust is like a flame that's never going to go out. How would you tame it? What is something that could be done to tame lust? Or if you guys want to share of like,
I got one that's big. We can all relate to it.
Stop watching.
That too,
Okay,
but I think another one we can always we can all relate to is
and I'm gonna agree with him.
get closer with God, man.
Yeah,
pray, I think prayer, is very big, and some people don't take. I say this. I don't even know how to explain. It's like a virus. It's like it's like a. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's very sickening. Like it's really bad. It's a mental health problem. It's really bad because people just look at it like they getting their shit off, boom, whatever. They go to sleep, but it's like you continue to do it. You continue to do it, and you look back, you're like, damn, like what the fuck am I on, girl? Like
I think mine was like, and y'all was there when it happened. I ended up going abstinent for 9 months because of a situation that happened on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And I had to really just look myself in the mirror and be like, yo, you doing a lot.
Wildin',
like you're doing a lot. So that was like my wake up call to be like, all right, like something gotta change.
But in order to like prevent something, I don't want to say it was catastrophic, but like in order to prevent something like that where you gotta look yourself in the mirror, I say to answer Twon, it's just, prayer. Just pray.
That too.
Pray that you can get through this because that's really what it is. And then the other things, going to the gym, drinking your water, doing all the other things. But I think everything starts with prayer, because if you don't have that prayer, God can't really, know what you want. So I say prayer. Everything starts with prayer. You got to be able to pray that off. So because it's bad. It gets bad.
I would say that first and foremost, and then always have something to do. The common denominator of the men that go through that stuff, they have absolutely nothing to do.
Nothing.
So
They're bored.
They're just bored, and then you're literally just bored, bro. So I would just
make yourself busy.
Make yourself busy. Go to the gym, get a job, a good job to where you have to think and you're responsible for important tasks. Like you have to hold yourself accountable for certain different things, and I would just say just like talk it out with like different people. Like, hey, like I'm struggling with this.
Yeah.
All right, like I need some advice, like an OG or something, or even some good friends or whatever.
You got to be real vulnerable, and I think that's what we struggle with as men sometimes, is how vulnerable and how open we have to be in order to overcome certain situations. So like you said, I don't know what that situation was, but I definitely went through a situation 2 years ago where I lost my person. Dude, and you guys were all there.
Yeah.
You guys didn't know the details, but
we knew what was going on.
You guys were in Vegas at the time when it happened. But you guys knew what was going on. Unfortunate to say, sometimes it takes for you to lose something or someone for you to realize what you guys had in front of you the whole time.
Exactly.
And that's something that I learned. I think that situation that I went through, it allowed me to see not only the holes that I had in my romantic relationship, but it allowed me to see the holes that I had in every relationship that I had with people in my life. Like you said, it's looking yourself in the mirror. I had to, during that situation, I reached out to every woman in my life, and I apologize. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go into the depths of what happened, but I was like, you guys didn't raise me to be this person,
right?
And I lacked so many things, and I failed to put myself in someone else's shoes or y'all's shoes sometimes. So, like you said, I think in order to overcome something, sometimes it's easy to say right now because it's really cliche, but until something happens, God forbid that could be something that is something extreme.
It's unfortunate, man.
But typically, that's when change starts, is when you lose something. You could lose a part of yourself. You could lose your mind. You could lose, like I said, a significant other. You could lose a friend. I'm not necessarily talking about someone died. I'm talking about a broken relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
And the fact that I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, I can't point the finger at anyone else but me. This is my fault.
Right.
This is not something that anyone else has done. This is done because of me. I feel like a lot of people that have overcame change, most people don't wake up in the morning and it's like, you know what? I'm not going to be lustful today, because as soon as the next big fat ass that walks by you, you snap right back.
Yeah.
As
Right
soon as
back
you
in.
go to the gym and you see that girl that's always in there looking good, it's gonna snap right back. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's easy to convince ourselves that we're changed, but in reality, we're really not.
Right.
You know, when you're sitting by yourself, you can easily say that you're changed until you go out to the club the next time, and all those habits that you didn't want come back.
It's the moments that define, you know, if you actually got over it or not. You know,
Yeah.
you can wake up the next day, like you say, you can wake up the next day and be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm over it.
Yeah.
But until you get into
You
that,
gotta really put in the work.
when you get in that position, when God puts you in that position to be tempted,
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, let's see what you got now. Let's see.
and
Well,
that's-
I'm putting it right in front of your face.
Yeah.
Let's see if you really done.
As I got closer to God when I started to figure out about prayer, is that a lot of people when they pray they ask for something to be changed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people when they talk to God, they'll talk to God, but there's some form of ask of whether if it's a good ask or a bad ask. But if you're asking God to change something in your life, God is just not going to just snap his fingers and make it happen.
Right.
For example, if for example, like lust. Let's say if I had a really, really deep, big problem with lust, right? I had a really big, deep problem with lust. I go to God about it and I pray, God, please help me overcome this lust. God is going to put me around the baddest, most beautiful women in the world. Not on top of that, they're going to be on me.
Right.
Well, now what are you going to do? It's not, and this is why I started to appreciate God more, is because a lot of the times when you pray for something, he's going to put you through stuff that he knows that you can overcome. God's never going to put you in a position he knows that you're not, or in a battle that he knows that you're not equipped for.
Right.
Like, you always going to be equipped for the battle that he puts you through. It's just going to be you in the mental battle that you have to go through your head in order to see if you can overcome it or not. That's it.
Yeah, he gives you the opportunity to become less lustful.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. I always appreciate God for having it that way, because if we can just ask for something on some like Houdini shit, you know,
And have it
I think that's
snappy.
what people think God is. What prayer is, they think if I ask for this, it's just gonna come true.
No.
Yeah.
It's
You gotta work for it.
You gotta work for it. God, can I help me not be lustful? Okay, you don't want to be lustful. Okay, I'm about to put 5 bad women in front of you. Let me see if you don't want to be lustful for sure.
Yeah.
We ain't just gonna wipe all the beautiful women out your way and you just not gonna see.
Yeah.
No, it gotta be a choice. It's gotta be
exactly.
It's not. I was God put them out my way. You know, I'm very tunnel vision. No, it's gotta be. I'm looking at them and I say, no, I'm good. I'm all right.
Yeah.
That's what God is here for. He's not here to just take everything out and make your life easier. It's your choice.
Yeah.
It determines on if you want to change or not.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
God will give you strength. He's going to give you the ability to be stronger. Not
You
just,
gotta want it.
just here. You go.
You definitely gotta want it, because
Yeah.
even like with my situation that happened at New Year's Eve, that's not a situation that's unique. That shit happens
all the time.
all the
Right.
time. Like, that's some regular shit, but it wasn't me, so it hit different.
it hit
You feel
different
me?
because
It
it's that
wasn't
shit.
me, so it hit different. So that's what forced me to change. If I was just like in an environment around people that type of shit just happened and it was normal, I would think it was normal and just went about my day.
Yeah.
But it really hit me. I'm like, yo, you really out here doing a lot.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. When you just sit back and then, you know, like we was talking about, just you gotta experience things. You gotta go through it. You know what I'm saying? Even we have, as much as we can teach our future kids,
Yeah.
they gotta go through it.
They have
to. You can prevent as much as you can, but they gotta touch that stove. They have to. And it sucks. And I keep thinking, like, why do we have to touch that stove? It's just part of life. You gotta experience that hot heat. That heat. You gotta experience it.
If you would have never touched the stove, if we would have never touched the stove, we wouldn't be where we're at today.
Exactly.
Like what you could tell your kids isn't gonna be stimulating enough for them to change.
Yeah.
They have to experience it for it to really click for them to change. Like somebody could tell me, oh yeah, no, don't do that because this gonna happen.
You're like, oh,
Yeah,
whatever.
you could tell me,
Right.
but nothing happened yet.
There were some things that I remember y'all was telling way back then about my ex, and I was just like, whatever. I ain't about to be worried about that.
Yeah.
But then I went through it. I'm like, it was right. It was actually right. So it's like you have to, and I it sucks. That's what I was thinking. It sucks that you have to go through it, but that's a part of life. You gotta touch that stove.
And when I tell you, I seen a whole nother David, bro. After that, it blew my mind.
I had to go through it, man.
mind.
It's the way that I thought, the way that I think, the way that I am around women. It's fine. I'm good. I ain't treating women poorly. I'm good. But the way that I think and the way I go back onto that relationship, I just be like, man,
and like
could
and
be way better.
And how we deal with relationships and deal with women are completely unique to our experiences too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? How he goes out and date and interact with women is different from me. It's going to be different from you. Yours is going to be different from his based on our experiences.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that wasn't very experienced back then, we could tell him anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But is it gonna click for him? Because our experiences are different. We've experienced being in a relationship. This was his first one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be different.
Yeah, it was
is a fact.
Yeah, and I think that's everybody. When
It's
you see people in relationships, blah blah blah, you kind of understand like, okay, things is gonna happen, and it's up to them if they want to change it or they want to better themselves or whatever. But at the end of the day, knowledge, you can give somebody so much knowledge. It's up to them to apply it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody say, knowledge is not power until you actually apply it.
Right. Yeah.
It could be, knowledge could be power. No, it can't. You got to actually apply it for it to be power. You can know all you want, but are you actually applying it to your life? You know what I'm saying? So
that is a fact.
A book ain't shit but pages and words until somebody read it.
Yeah.
So I just look at it like, you can know all you want, but if you're not applying it to your life, then it's like
Not gonna mean nothing.
what's the point of you just have that shit in your back pocket?
That's with everything in life. A car ain't shit if it can't drive.
It ain't shit. It look good. it might look good.
It looks great.
No, it looks great.
But if it ain't got no gas in it,
Engine fucked up.
that ain't going nowhere. But back, when you said that earlier, that's what really this pod is about. And I wanted to speak to the people that's watching this and that's gonna watch it later. That's basically, and we explained in our first episode what this pod is about. But I think more in depth, this pod is about just being vulnerable. Just having a seat at the table and explaining your perspective on life and how you view it. Because I feel like everybody, because it's not going to just be Twon in this seat. It's not going to just, be us in these seats. It's going to be different people. And I feel like everybody has a unique story, unique perspective on how they view life. And that could be relative. You can relate that to somebody that's watching. Mm-hmm. So when I look at that, there's somebody that's relating to Twon. As we get these clips up, later, there's somebody that's relating to Twon that might not relate to us, but definitely relate to Twon.
Yeah,
what I'm saying? There's somebody that later on down the road, I'm gonna put the names out. We got Dorian coming, we got Seth coming, we got John, Jay Sims coming. We got all them people coming. There's gonna be people that relate to them more than they relate to us. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So that's what this pod is about. We want to be vulnerable. We want to sit down and just chop it up and talk, as we got other races coming in, but as black men, it's way more powerful. You got 3-4 black men just talking and just be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's really about. So that's just going depth when we explained.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we want to just be able to let y'all know that this is what this pod is still up and running, up and coming. We ain't leave, we ain't going nowhere. We still here. But yeah, it's that's what it's really about. I'm excited for it. What y'all think, man? Anything I want to add?
Nah, it's just a beautiful thing to chop it up, man.
I think it's great.
Vulnerable.
I think it's great to just to see
spread game.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a great thing to have that.
I know this is my first pod, and I appreciate you guys letting me come on, but conversations like this need to be had more.
Right.
Like, it's not, people don't talk about this stuff enough to where it could hit somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Dave, like you were saying, like, because we don't talk about it enough, there could be someone that whatever we said was the one thing that they needed to hear for them to change.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's what
So,
they needed.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I think that if I were to give any advice, or I know,
We here.
all right, we here.
We here.
If I were to give any advice, please choose your friends wisely. If you can't have conversations like this without feeling uncomfortable, maybe you're with the wrong group of people. You know, especially if you're a man, if you're an older man, and if you feel like you can't have this conversation without you taking it seriously, then that's a you problem.
Right.
That's not everybody else. That's something that you have within yourself. You have to get a little bit more mature to be able to have these conversations, because we're adults now. Like, we're not in high school. You know, all of us are, for the most part, are out of school, or we're coming to that end of school to where we're in the real world now. These are real problems that we deal with on a daily basis, whether if it's a small mental problem or whether if it's a large mental problem. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be able to talk. And if you can't talk to your homies, you can't talk to your mom, you can't talk to any family member, you can't talk to your significant other, seek therapy.
Thank you.
Like, get a therapist, because trust and believe me, therapy is not for you to talk to get to get an answer back. You're gonna figure out your own answer by just hearing yourself talk.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just gotta just hear yourself say it. You already know what the answer is to whatever you got to do or whatever problem that you guys have, but you just have to say it.
Yeah, that be happening to me all the time. I be like, I be talking to my mom sometimes, and I just be yapping, and I'm like, oh, I already got the answer. I'm like,
Yeah.
She's like, huh? I'm like, oh, never mind, I'm good.
Yeah, sometimes you literally just have to hear yourself talk.
Yeah.
Or if you don't feel comfortable talking out loud, journal, do something. Like, you have to do something. But one thing I learned is that the longer you hold things in and you bottle your emotions in, or your feelings, or the things that you want to say, but you probably don't have the courage to say it, the longer you keep bottling it in, it's gonna blow up one day.
Yeah,
You know?
that's a fact. That's 100%, because I don't like to go back to my past relationships, but there was a time where I kept everything in. I didn't tell them. I didn't tell my two closest friends. I didn't tell them, and I was just struggling. I was like just hurting, didn't know what to do, until I finally let people in.
Yeah,
I was able to. I get fucked up right now.
Chickens.
No, that's a dog getting fucked up right now. But and once once I allowed them, once I opened the door and allowed them to come in, be vulnerable with them. That's where all this vulnerability started from. Me being able to tell them, because at first, that's what really got us closer. Being able to tell them things. Because at first we was just the gang, like we was the guys that we hang out with a lot, and everything. But there was some times where there was conversations in the car with Ken that, he probably don't even remember, but there was conversations in the car with Ken about whatever he got going on. We sat for hours and we just talked. You know what I'm saying? That drew us closer. Yeah. Even Donnie, there's times we've been on the phone, he just, whatever he got going on, he just say it on the phone and I'm just listening. It's good to be a good listener with your friends, because you just can hear them out and just really let them express how they feel
and not feel judged.
And that's what this pod is about. We're not here to judge anything unless it's really crazy.
I think we said this on a podcast, one of our previous podcasts, is like everybody don't have a group of friends like this is rare.
Yes,
this is very rare.
Yeah,
like
100%
for you to have,
believe it or not,
2-3 friends that you could call up and talk to about anything. That's very rare. Yeah. So what you were saying, like journaling is very important for a lot of people because they don't have these type of outlets. You feel me? The journal is their outlet. Therapy, that's an outlet. Yeah. You feel me? Where you could literally physically see your evolution from like, say if we journaled from the 1st of January till now, you go back to the 1st of January, you'll notice that you're a different human being. Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's something that gives you confidence in life. Like, okay, I remember when you go back in your journal, okay, I remember went through this and overcame this. Now look where I'm at now.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? So now next time you have to overcome some adversity, you're not tripping about it, because I know, boom, I got the confidence to know, okay, one day I'm going to get over this.
So instead of that journal, because you I'm pretty sure you don't journal, right?
No, I don't journal.
So instead of you journaling, we are the ones that look at you from that perspective and be like, damn, Ken, you growing. You took a step. You know what I'm saying? So we are the ones to like
hold you accountable.
Yeah, exactly. We the ones to give you that, like, okay, like, yeah, he doing his thing, and we do that. We like, okay, Ken, what's the word we be saying? Evolving.
And then your closest friends will be the ones to tell you when you on some bullshit too.
Definitely be on some bullshit. That is
100%.
I will.
Apparently.
And that's one thing that keeps us. Even Twon, we'll let a nigga know right off the bat, like you tripping, bro.
Yeah, you tripping, bro.
Right.
You tripping right
Like,
now,
come
bro.
on. You know what I'm saying?
Tripping.
And the only way it'll work with like this type of friendship is if you don't make it about you. Like nobody is above anybody in the group. Like
that ego shit.
It's just the guy. It's not like, oh, you know, whatever this dude say, we gonna go by. It's like, nah, bro. Like when he do bad, we on his ass. If I'm doing bad, like they on my ass. Like we're all even. We're like anybody can be the leader. Like anybody. We can go somewhere right now. Nobody will tell who's the leader unless we show them who's the leader for the day, I guess. Yeah. But we never make it just about one person. And that's like a really underrated thing.
I think it's because we genuinely just want to see each other grow. We genuinely want to see each other win. Like it's no like animosity towards anybody. No. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Twon do great. I want to see Donnie do great. I want to see David do great. They want to see me do great. You know what I'm saying? That's what builds our relationship to be even stronger. Then, you know what I'm saying, 20 years from now, we could look back and be like, man, you remember that one time? Yeah. Like,
literally.
Even like there's times we've done that now.
Yeah.
And none of us are, where we perceive that we want to be in our lives. But having that group is really important. I think, like, for me, I really cherish, like you guys, my LA family, my LA friends, because when you go to a different place, when you move to a different place, even though Vegas is 4 hours away, people there are different. I can't have those conversations with everybody because the maturity level's not there. Or maybe the way that this person from Chicago or New York was raised might be a little bit more aggressive, or they might have a different perspective than I do. You know what I'm saying? So, but like you said, it's just being vulnerable to be able to communicate and hold your friends accountable, and also trust that your friends are going to hold you accountable, is important. Like it's definitely needed, but like you definitely said, it's rare. It's not. This isn't a common thing to do, but even if it's just one person,
definitely,
you don't need a group.
Thank you.
You know, I think I struggle. That's one of the things I can honestly say that was a effect for me is before I left LA to move to Vegas 4 or 5 years ago, my friends were deep. I had y'all. I had another group of friends. We would go like 10, 11 deep. Then I got my friends that I grew up with, 4 or 5 of them, and we, since known from birth. Right. I got to go to a whole new place and start over. I went a few years of feeling lonely. So where even like now, like if you guys say like, hey, like you guys are coming to Vegas, I'm going to make sure that I prioritize my time with y'all. And it's not necessarily all because, I'm happy to see you guys, but it's also for me.
Definitely.
Right? Like hell, like I need that
like refresher.
I need that refresher to feel like I'm back home, even if it's just like with the people that I'm around, because I know that you guys, or at least like the people that I've entrusted with being so vulnerable with, or just opening up and just calling someone a friend from LA, I'm not going to be able to experience. I'm not saying I won't be able to experience it, but as of right now, it's harder.
Right.
When you're in a new place. So
yeah, we had some people when we went to the club in Bellagio. We had some people. They told us, y'all look like y'all from LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did say that.
So it's like it's I know that's a great feeling to have, as somebody that's a resident in Vegas, to have some people from LA natives, just you can
For sure.
you can trust and you can lean on, because I know it get lonely out there.
Yeah.
Thank God
And it gets harder.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Like once you're of age, where it's like it's harder to socialize with new people.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And just have that built trust. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we all, you know what I'm saying, play sports together, went to the same schools and things like that. So we have years of building a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Over time, consistently seeing each other. You feel me?
Mhm.
You don't really get that as an adult.
Yeah, you don't.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's hard to build a relationship with an adult unless it's like your significant other or someone like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody you work with or something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Something like
But
that, yeah.
just for somebody that you meet randomly at the bar or some shit like that, you're not gonna
Yeah,
build
yeah.
that type of relationship.
I ask this for Twon, somebody that's living out there. Is it hard to trust people out there?
I definitely would say it's not. To reword it, it's not as easy to trust people out here.
Okay.
So one thing about Vegas that I learned is that everyone is coming from different places.
Right.
Yeah.
And one of the problems that I, even including me, is like when I came to Vegas, you're dealing with people from Vegas, you're dealing with people from the Bay, Chicago, New York, you're dealing with people from Texas. Everyone is moving to Vegas, but everyone is coming with an entitled mindset.
Right.
So where everyone does think that they're better than everyone else. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit. When I first came to Vegas, I was like, yeah, I'm from LA.
I'm
What you
from
talking-
LA.
what you talking about?
Okay, tell me nothing.
So
LA.
I would say it's more difficult. I don't want to say subjectively because I would probably
things down, boy.
say the same thing.
killing
If,
it for sure.
I'll probably say the same thing if I was
Yeah.
living in LA and I was moving to Vegas. I mean, or if I was living in Vegas and I was moving to LA. I think it's just like the way this is where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
I know people out here.
Yeah.
So when I have to move to a new place, I would be lying if I said I didn't have friends or like people that I trust out there. But it's not to the severity of how I can trust people in LA because this is where I'm from. I grew up here. When I moved to Vegas, it's almost as if like I had to merge into friend groups, which was a lot harder for me. It's like being the new guy. It's like transferring to a new school as a senior.
Damn.
That's how it feels. You still gonna know and be cool with people, but it's not the same as if you start off as a freshman.
All the
Freshman.
friendships are established already.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that was a great analogy.
That is a great analogy.
That's exactly how it feels when you move
That's fucking crazy.
to a new place. It's like I'm not saying you're not gonna find somebody, but my girlfriend is from here.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Which
My
is a
closest-
blessing.
Which is a blessing.
It's
Like
a help.
My closest
A
friends
big one.
are from here. My family is from LA. So it's like this is all I know.
I feel like that's like the only thing that's holding me back from moving.
Is what?
Family and friends.
You
That's
know-
like
you
that's
know-
probably the only thing.
Do you want to know what's crazy though? I think that me moving to LA was the best thing I ever did in my life. As
Wait, you talking about Las Vegas or you moving?
moving from I'm moving from LA. Just moving from here to Vegas
Okay.
was one of the best things I ever did. Only because I had no choice but to find myself.
That's
Literally.
a fact.
You go to a new spot, you don't know anybody.
You got yourself. You really
You
only
literally
have
just
yourself.
have you. I literally can't say that if I was in LA right now from high school that a lot of the things that I've done I would do.
I think it would definitely be different because of, you I mean, like us too, we know a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you going out there, and I wouldn't say you isolated yourself, but you put yourself in a position where
I'm uncomfortable.
you gotta be. You gotta be. And then the only way you could go is up because
Yeah.
I mean it could get worse, but I'm just saying you looking at yourself like, hey, I'm by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got my girl, but she from LA, but I really gotta find myself
You gotta find
in the midst of this process that I'm going through because you still in school
Yeah.
at the time. So you gotta find yourself. So I look at that, I'm just like, I look at it and I agree. It's a blessing that some people just gotta take that step and just be like, whatever happens, God got
God,
me. So
and that's it. Yeah.
I feel like that works, and I feel like it works best for like strong-minded individuals. You know what I'm saying? You're a strong-minded individual, but for people that's weak minded and move away from home and already don't know themselves, they could be easily influenced by the wrong group of people.
Oh my goodness.
Easily, especially in Vegas.
Especially in
like
Vegas.
that, like that's probably another topic that you guys can talk about on another pod. But trust and believe me, getting caught up in money, getting caught up in women, especially in Vegas, that's the culture of Vegas. That's been the culture of Vegas for years.
That's how they are. That's how they
A lot
are.
of people that are homeless in Vegas, they were just like us at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But gambling,
Shit.
women being put up in fucked up situations, putting themselves in fucked up situations.
That's a fact, man.
That's
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that for me, I had no choice but to really tone in and zero in on who I am. You know, that was the first time I ever had to pay bills.
Mm-hmm.
That I think me being alone allowed me to grow up a lot faster than most people.
It's like you have to be great.
I have to.
You have to be great. You don't have a choice.
I gotta be.
I don't have a choice. It's like every little bit of fear that I had in terms of being an adult was in front of me, and I had to face.
Mm-hmm.
Some stuff was hard. Some stuff wasn't as bad as I thought. I had to make a lot of sacrifices. I mean, we were just talking about this. I had to make a lot of sacrifices. I had to sacrifice a lot of time. I had to sacrifice people. I had to sacrifice some opportunities to be able to get to the point where I'm at now. And I in my head, from someone that's looking at me, I can just talk about my kids. A lot of my students, they look at me as if I have it all figured out.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were to look at myself as of right now, I'm nowhere where I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I have goals and I have, you know, that I have envisioned for myself that of things that all of us do. But I think sometimes we have to take it for granted that there is someone that's looking up to us.
Yeah.
And that we're doing good.
That's the beauty of perspective. You know what I'm saying? The position that you're complaining about right now could be somebody's dream position.
Exactly.
You know
That's a
what I'm saying?
goddamn
So
fact.
like not taking your situation for granted and just being happy and blessed with everything that's God has given you to this point.
Yeah.
I'm saying obviously you have aspirations for more. You want to be greater, you want to be bigger and better, but don't forget where you came from.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You came from back then. Like that's why, like you said, journaling is really big because you could literally go back and read the things that you were going through.
That's the beauty of it too, because you can go back and look at the progression, like literally look at it like, damn, I was really going through that.
an idiot 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Like,
I do a project with my kids, something similar to that. I call it I've been doing it for the past 3 years. Letter to yourself. First week of school,
I've done that before.
I give every one of my kids a piece of paper, and I tell them straight up. I said, look, this ain't no kumbaya little Disney Channel type thing that I want you guys to write. I'm not gonna read these. This isn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? This is for you. Just write. I don't care what you write about, but don't write any light shit on there. Don't talk about, well, my name is so and so, and today's a good day. No. Everything that you are afraid to talk about, or everything that's going on in your head that you might not feel comfortable to talk about, this is your opportunity to write. Just write.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a page.
that's crazy.
It has to be a page. I tell them, they were like, can I make it like 6 sentences? No, it has to be a page. It has to take up a full page, because I'm not saying that you have problems, but you definitely got something to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Damn, they gonna thank you for that in about when they like 21, 20.
That's
The
what
last
look
day,
at.
they gonna look at this shit like,
I give it back to them on the
Damn.
last day of school. The last day of school, I give their letters back.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them, they're reading it. And like, there are a lot of them are like 15, 16. So a lot of them, they'll talk about like the boys or the girls that they talking to at the
Yeah.
time. But I've had some people that opened up to me. I've had people that has told me that they were suicidal. I've had people tell the most masculine football player guys come to me and talk about, that they're questioning their sexuality. I've experienced it all as a teacher, and I feel so blessed to be in a position to where God has placed me to shine a light on them. And that's the one thing I tell people all the time. It's the most rewarding thing in the world that kids can look up and trust me.
Mm-hmm.
In the first place.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing to have.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a great thing to have.
So that's a really good thing.
Yeah.
Back to you saying you were saying like everybody got something to talk about.
Everybody got something to talk about.
That's why I like to just putting that back to the pod. I feel like, for the people that's gonna come here, I feel like everybody has something to talk about because I feel like like I said, the beauty in life is that perspective.
Yeah,
you have your own unique perspective. I have my own. Kendall has his own unique perspective.
I do.
The greatest thing, the greatest thing about it, you get to share it. Yeah. You have your own opinion. And a better thing, even a better thing about it is that people will be able to relate to it.
Yeah,
right. That's the beauty of it. So you being able to have that impact on them kids is there. It's a great thing because not a lot of schools got that.
No,
right. Not a lot of schools have that. Mr. Henry.
Yeah, Mr. Henry.
Not a lot of schools got a Mr. Henry. In there. Yeah. Some people they got that old fashioned. Youngest teacher they got is 67.
Right. And another thing is they're going when they let's just say when they do give you the letter or whatever and they end up talking to somebody, they won't feel like they're the only one with that problem or a problem to begin with.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when you go to high school, everybody got their cliques. Everybody got and everybody show their best self, every day because when they by themselves, it's like that's when all the
that's everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. But they would not think that they're alone.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not asking them to stand up in front of the class and read it.
Like
I said, that's for them. But I do, like I said, I do give them the opportunity to talk. I think that's one of the things that helps me as a teacher to build trust with them because a lot of these, trust me, believe me, my kids will be the first. I'm the first one the kids will tell me if they don't like a teacher, another teacher. They'll talk shit about them and everything, and they're like, Mr. Henry, the Mr. or Mrs. So and so is not this and that, or kids will get kicked out of class and they run into my classroom. Trust me, believe me, I didn't want that relationship.
That's crazy. That was my mom when she was a teacher, bro. Everybody that was bad as fuck, they went to her class when they got kicked out, bro.
Yeah, that's how my class is.
That's crazy.
They get kicked out, they come to me. To where it's like the teachers are calling me saying, "Hey, I'm sending so and so to your class," and it's not a hangout.
Right.
It's definitely not a hangout, but it's just a safe space for that particular
individual. Like they know, like all the staff know that the kids trust you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Know what I'm saying?
Let's just go with that.
Yeah,
just for our sanity.
Yeah,
that's a good way to have it.
And I feel like that's where when the school system will be updated with people, with teachers like him, because we have the curriculum, but it's like, all right, bro, we go through everyday shit. Like, as a 16-year-old, I'm dealing with certain shit in my life, bro, that school can't really help me with.
Figure yourself out at.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure myself, like, damn this little paper that we do. I'm dealing with real life shit that's, that can potentially take me away from my parents or something like that. Like, and how the fuck you gonna expect me to pay attention in class, but I'm about to be in foster care in the next week.
Yeah.
Like, like that's the real life stuff, and he's allowing, the kids are allowing him to, I'm wording it wrong. The kids basically trust him with their real life stuff on top of it being educated.
Right.
Yeah.
And if we have more of that, that's when
that's when more children will be more excited to go to school, because I got my parents and then I got my teacher, people that I see every single day. I'm at school for how many hours? 5 hours? 8 hours.
Like
5 hours.
Talking about regular time.
Yeah, like imagine if I got my home and I got Twon or whatever teacher that's that.
I got a question. I got a question for y'all. I know we in the. Anybody got to go anywhere? Y'all got to go anywhere?
I'm good, man.
You got to go anywhere? Okay, so I just want to make sure everybody's time being respected. But I got a question for y'all. Just speaking on Twon, so we got Twon here. Let's go back to high school, man. How much of an impact would have a teacher like Twon been on y'all back in high school?
That's how that's my whole teaching style, is to be the teacher I wish I never had.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's how I.
We'll start with you then. Like, how big of an impact would have had like somebody like you going in 4 years in high school?
I honestly think that it would have changed my life, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a teacher. It could be a coach.
Right.
It could be a hall monitor or something like that. And I'm sure that for a lot of the kids that go to my school, there's other people there. There's other teachers there that are that person for them.
Right.
But at least for me, you know, like I said, one thing that I was a little insecure about when I first started teaching is I come from a privileged life. Like, I'm not going to sit and act like I've been through hell.
Yeah, me too.
You bet not.
I bet not. I have never missed a meal.
Yes.
You know, I've always been in nice clothes. I'm not going to say that it was definitely given to me, but at least the foundation was laid to where I knew how to get the things that I wanted. When I go to Vegas, and I think we were talking about, Vegas is different. It's not like LA. You know, like, there's not the normal, you know, the kids don't want to be doctors, lawyers, and anything like that. They're trying to make it in Vegas.
Regardless.
A lot of their parents are working, you know, regular jobs. They're not in careers. They're just trying to work job to job to job. So the ceiling is low for the kids. I could have an A student, and because his mom is the manager at the McDonald's across the street, the highest level of the workforce that he sees is a McDonald's manager. He doesn't know that he could be a doctor. He doesn't know that he could be a lawyer. He doesn't know that he could be an entrepreneur. He doesn't know that he could be that person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like I said, if I could, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. It's just a
Yeah.
whatever.
If I could be that person that I wish like if I had a me, and I'm not saying it to like toot my own horn, but like I would be very appreciative because a lot of the stuff that I wouldn't feel comfortable saying, I would look up to someone as like a big brother figure. You know, I'm the oldest of my siblings. You know what I'm saying? So even now, you know, I don't, you know, outside of me going to my dad here and there, I didn't have like someone to talk to about, you know, stuff. So it's like if I were to have that at a younger age and not have to find that at an older age, that would have been super beneficial. Super beneficial.
I think it was kind of like the same thing with me. You know what I'm saying I didn't really struggle. You feel me? I've always had food, clothes on my back. I went to a good school.
He's been great.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but I will say is, I've witnessed hard work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My parents are hardworking people. And like you said, it is different. The culture is different from it is here to like other places. Yeah. So I wouldn't necessarily say my ceiling in my mind was low as a high schooler, but if I were to have a teacher or a faculty member at school where I could trust that will like could, you know, advise me on like some real life stuff, I would say that I probably would have chose a different career to start with. I think I would have known myself a lot sooner, like as of in high school. Because in high school, all I was thinking about was Jordans and basketball. Like, you feel me?
Ain't going home.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I was worried about, nigga. Like after school, we finna go to the gas station and get a goddamn brisk.
Get some wrists.
Yeah.
Get some
You know what I'm
wrists.
saying?
Get some rips.
Go to basketball practice.
Oh my God.
Take
That's
your
how you
ass to
focus
the bus
on,
stop
yeah.
and go home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Also, like the importance of like, you know what I'm saying, responsibilities, getting your work done, doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not that I didn't have good grades, but I think my grades could have been a lot better if somebody were to break down the importance of it.
Yeah.
To the point where I could understand. You know what I'm saying? Then it'll make me apply myself a lot more than what I did in school.
Right. Yeah.
That's a fact.
How about you, Donnie? What impact would you have if you had somebody like Twon back in?
Honestly, it would have changed my life because I would have been way more confident than I was. In school.
I like that.
Like I say this time and time again. If I didn't know you, if you didn't play basketball or whatever, I didn't care.
You didn't exist.
You didn't exist in my mind. So I was real just nonchalant about just everybody. Like I didn't really care about what everybody had going on.
Yeah.
I just like said I wanted to go to practice and go to the gas station and go the fuck home. But what if somebody would have provided the environment other than home? I know I had the environment at home, but
Yeah.
the environment at school to be able to like teach me like what it is to be confident in my own skin. I would have definitely been more prepared for life out of high school for sure.
Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff I had to kind of deal with just by experiencing life, just getting dragged into stuff, and then it's like, oh damn, I do like it. Like they had to drag me to go to a bar, like, and then it's like, oh damn, I do like the bar. Like, not saying I go there all the time, but it's like, all right, I actually like having those conversations with those random strangers, whatever.
Yeah.
Having a good time, blah blah blah. Just different stuff like that, networking. But yeah, that was really I would have been way more confident than I am now, for sure.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'll say for me, for having somebody like Twon, I feel like even what you were saying, the impact after high school would have been different for sure. I feel like having somebody like him in my corner, being able to build a relationship with somebody like him, he'll be a guy where I would want to, keep in contact with after high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. He'll be a guy that I would want to share my experiences, share my like life achievements with. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to go back and want to tell somebody like Twon, like, hey, like look what I did. Like you know what I'm saying? Like remember blah blah blah. Like having something like that being built from high school is like it's like a big thing. It's like a very big thing. Yeah. You don't have that in high school. I don't want to tell anybody what's going on to any of my teachers. Like back when I was in high school, I don't really care. But having somebody to build that relationship and to only like 4 years older than the guys that your first
I'm like when I first started, I was 22. I was just 4 years older.
Being somebody that's 4 years, so it's like you not that far. Like you not that far. Like, and then like you said, they think that you got it. So in my head, I'm looking at you like, oh, he got it. Like I'm only 4 years away, so that would make me think like, okay, like I just need to get right, and I'll just be exactly in Mr. Henry's situation.
Yeah, because your reality is a lot closer to them than a teacher that's
60,
50,
in their 50s and 60s and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And these younger teachers can't really relate. That's the thing. Like I think what he got going on is great. I love the younger teachers because you be able to relate to what's going on in this world. You be able to follow the lingos. You be able to. See what's happening.
God,
Jesus Christ.
Sorry for the disturbances.
Sorry, they playing some oldies in there. Hopefully, we have that as background music. But like I said, you be able to relate to what's going on back in having that small gaps, that small age gap. You be able to be like, damn, like if Mr. Henry doing it, then shit,
I could do it.
I can for sure do it.
And we had an example, Mr. Hunley, for only a little.
You know what's funny about that?
What?
I see him at my school today.
Who?
Really?
Yeah, Mr. Hunley, the black.
Oh
the black dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I see him at my school.
That is crazy.
But definitely having somebody closer in age to relate to, so you could kind of gauge life better.
Right.
The reality of life much better than what you are as a child. Because as a child, at least for me, everybody around me just seemed like older. Like if you're not a kid, you're grown as shit.
Thank you.
Like you're like my mom, dad age, something like that. So I'm thinking like that lifestyle is far, far, far away. When in reality it's not. You know what I'm saying? You got people like Mr. Henry, he paying bills 4 years away from when I got to go pay
4
bills. You know what I'm saying?
4 years.
That will lit a fire.
I got 4 years to be Mr. Henry. Like, nigga, I'm about to get right for sure.
Thank you.
That was one of the things that I had to like go in when I first started teaching. I was like, you know what? Because I do have a privileged, background. I can't come at these kids talking about my privileged background because that's something that they're not going to be able to relate to.
Right.
Exactly.
So, and that's one of the things I was like, you know what, damn, how am I going to come and approach myself to these kids and for them to look and respect me without it coming off as I'm bragging.
Right.
And I had to just change my mindset and change my perspective of like, you know what, I do have a privileged background. You get what I'm saying? But, you know, if I can come to work every single day, being that person that you can look up to, then that's all that matters.
I
They
think-
playing Michael Jackson dumb loud.
I think
No, dummy loud. They ain't gonna lie. Hopefully, y'all enjoying that little background music. 'Cause
Yeah.
it
is loud.
Ridiculous.
Hopefully we don't get fucking
Copyright.
Oh
copyright.
God, hopefully get caught.
you might wrap
Well,
it up.
y'all, it was a good
I mean,
All right, y'all, you got to talk to neighbor. Hey, neighbor, each other. But nah, yes,
No, one more thing though, like
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
being
We
like
ain't tripping.
privileged, like even like to this day, recently I had to realize this, like we're all privileged in some way, sort of fashion. Even like your students at your school, even though they might not be privileged like you were, but they do have privileges.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I even kind of compare it to kids that in other countries that can't go to school.
Yeah.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like other kids from countries that will literally do anything to be in America.
Yeah.
Like it should get that real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for kids to like come to school and take it for granted, like I wish somebody could paint that picture for me too when I was younger. It's like, look, you got it great.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you really need to take advantage of your situation before God strips it away from you.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I definitely would have understood more if it was presented like that.
You know what I'm saying?
For
Because
sure.
you could definitely be a lot worse than what you
Way
are now.
worse.
Way worse.
It's people that go
Most
to
definitely.
It's people that go to the same school we went to that couldn't. It was hard for them to get to school
Mm-hmm.
because of outside things. So, and we just like, it's another day of school. another day of
Yeah.
school. But this person is like, bro, I can't go to school because this,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like I have to be homeschooled because of this situation I'm in. So it's definitely something you gotta remember. You blessed beyond measure.
Yeah.
Every
There's
day you wake
people
up.
that went to school with us that didn't graduate, bro,
Exactly.
Yeah.
because of situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
smart as hell.
I was there.
Yeah, overall, it's a blessing. I love doing what I do. It's not where I want to be.
Mhm.
Like I don't want. This is not my end all be all. I'm 25. I still, I have plans and stuff for myself too. But I'm definitely glad that God put me in this position.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
Definitely.
I
yeah.
always say
yeah.
it's called paying your dues. Like
Mm,
wherever we
okay.
are right now, like with you with the students, it's like this is gonna take you somewhere that you've never been before.
Absolutely.
And when you get there, you're gonna remember these students, and they will remember you as paying your dues. The thing I'm doing right now, I don't want to do it for the rest of my life, but I'm paying my dues. I'm helping people that's on their pretty much their deathbed. Like I don't want to be in that environment forever, but I'm paying my dues. I'm talking to them. I'm humbling them. I'm doing whatever the hell I can to make their day better. Say hi to them, whatever.
Yeah.
Just like with David and his truck driver. He's not doing this for the rest of his life, but he's paying his dues.
Absolutely.
His dad is gonna appreciate him for all the early mornings, the late nights, the overtime that he gave, to his dad to show him like, I respect what you did for our family, and I'm reciprocating it, with Kendall. He's gonna when he eventually finish school, like he's paying his dues right now. He's paying his dues, and once he do, it's gonna take him far, very far.
Yeah.
He's gonna,
I call it character building.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
Like all the experiences that you go through, even if you like in a place in your life where you don't see yourself, like that's not your end goal, it builds that character. Like you say, we pray for the things that we want in life, but you have to do certain things to even become that person to even handle what you're asking for.
Exactly.
Like the situation you're in right now could be molding you into the person to handle all the stuff that you need to handle when you do be in a position that you want to be. Same thing with me. When I was working at Kaiser as a CNA, my perspective on life changed.
Yeah.
Me too.
Like, I never looked at life the same after that. Real talk.
My God.
like, like that job really changed.
For
me,
real, you
for
tell
real.
us about it all the time. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
No,
he's like,
ser-
damn.
When you, I'm telling you, when you really think about it, bro, like this medical field is no joke. Like you would never see it on a day to day. You have to be in these facilities to really understand. Like these people can't breathe on their own.
Like the shit we take for granted.
Yeah.
Will never take for granted again.
Right. Breathing on your own, being able to wipe your ass, being able to get your black ass up out
The
this
basics.
seat and walk down those stairs and walk
basics,
back
yeah.
up. Like the ability to move around, to think, to talk, to open your eyes, to
Like people would be
little
surprised about the shit I thank God for to this day.
No, for real.
Like dead ass. They be like,
real.
you thinking about that? Trust me, it could be stripped
Trust-
away.
Thank you.
be,
Trust in a heartbeat.
You know?
You can walk outside this damn house and it's gone, nigga.
Yeah,
It's
for real.
gone. And you will not get it back.
Ever.
You won't get it back. And then you praying to God that this person that's taking care of you won't fuck you over.
Yeah.
No, for real.
And then like this character that you build is something that your kids is gonna feel off you too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's something that you're gonna instill into your kids. It's something that you're gonna instill into your family. Like it's just molding and building you into the man that you're meant to be. Really, that's what I look at it as.
That's a
That's
fact.
powerful. That's powerful. Man, it's been a great pod, bro. It's been a great pod. I'm excited to just start clipping everything and just start getting this up, getting this up on Instagram and TikTok. I'm very excited for that because not only because we haven't posted anything in like damn near a month, but we said a lot of good things today.
Yeah,
We said a lot of great things today. You know, obviously with my two guys, Donnie and Ken, but you know, important is Twon too.
Yeah.
His impact is you know, is I'll say his impact is just it doesn't get talked about a lot. You know, as a young teacher, you know, he's starting from the foundation from where they coming up. You know what I'm saying? So and that's where everything is really where everything starts. The trauma, just everything just starts with that as a kid. So he's trying to do his part and trying to just put his 2 cents into whoever comes into his class because they're the future. They're the future. And you know, and at the same time, we are the future too, you know, because we're not that old. We not unks. We not well,
We're not old.
Well, you are unk though. You are literally unk. But he is literally an uncle. But we not so we definitely are part of the future, but I feel like a good thing that we have about this pod is that we want to impact the upcoming future too.
Exactly.
Like, you know, I feel like that's a good thing to have. So we definitely appreciate Twon and everything he's done, the work work that he's put in.
Finally got it right.
Thank you. You got it right.
Finally.
We definitely
God damn.
we appreciate Twon, and we definitely, you know, we're gonna keep uplifting him because what he's doing is great. It's great, you know, as a guy, a man of God. God has put him in the right direction. You know, we know this is not the end all be all for him, you know, but we know that this is the step in the right direction. So as somebody that loves giving flowers, I just want to say, Twon, you doing your thing. We appreciate what you got going on.
Definitely.
And you know, we want to continue to just, you know, give you what you deserve. And that's, you know, your flowers for sure.
Thank you.
You get what I'm saying? So we can't end the pod without, you know, the number one thing, man.
Scripture.
Well, hold on.
Some of that word.
The weekly
Let's
word.
get one. We got what we call is the weekly word.
The weekly word.
Hasn't been so weekly, but
The bi-weekly word.
we try to get it in every
The
pod.
monthly word. At
I
this
told
point.
Twon last
Yearly
minute
word.
if he got a verse for us, and you got a verse one?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
There it is. You know,
So-
we like to give people their word. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Twon. It's your world. Your world. ISO.
So what
My ball.
I've been doing, is I journal, but I journal off my phone. But how I start off my journals, I started off with a title of the journal, and under the title is a scripture. So at the time, this is March 18th, 2024. This is when I was kind of going through, mentally I was going through a lot. I was still trying to figure out myself, trying to figure out what was next for me. And I was kind of just trying to figure out what my priorities were. I'm not going to read the whole journal, but I'm going to give you guys the title. The title is called Who is Your Master? And the scripture is Matthew 6, verse 24. No one can serve two masters, for he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. Even though at the end of that scripture it says money, it kind of goes back to what we talked about today on who do we prioritize and who do we do things for. You know, I say who is my master at the time because it was lust. Lust was my master at one point. Money, trying to figure out, you know, my finances, or just trying to worry about how to get it, or all right, cool, I got a lot of bills to pay. How am I going to do this? And then how am I going to be able to take care of myself? How am I going to take care of this? All right, cool, I need another job, or I don't have enough money for this, or all right, cool, I'm getting a lot of money and I'm just splurging it because I think I have it. You know, my peers, you know, one of the things I learned is that I talk too much. In terms of I overshare some of the things. Sometimes oversharing is not good for you. You know, everyone doesn't need to know everything about you.
That's a fact.
Had to learn that the hard way.
So I was like, you know what, my master is acceptance. You know, so it's like, why am I continuously doing certain things to get a reaction out of people just so people could tell me that I'm doing good? Right. You know, so once you texted me to list scripture, that was one of the things that first came to my head, because that's something that a lot of us are going through, is who do we prioritize? Like, at the end of the day, we're God's child. You know, God is the overall end-all, be-all master of our lives. So when we prioritize other things and other people, there's no way that we're going to be able to serve God and serve the things that we want.
Right.
Well.
I like that.
Beautiful.
I like that.
And that's our first. You are our first guest to have their own
Really
scripture and to analyze it and everything.
For
So this
sure.
is a legendary moment for us right now on the Twon Pod.
We got a live audience back there. If y'all didn't know,
Whoever's watching,
that's the sound that y'all seeing.
Oh, man.
That was amazing. You know, that's actually legendary, man. You was the first one.
Yeah, I like that. With
I
the
knew
with the scripture.
I knew going to you, you know, knowing you and knowing that you're a man of God and you're a man of integrity, and I knew that you will have a scripture for us to at least spread, you know, to everybody that's watching. So I knew texting you as early. I was, you know, working as early. I'm like, he should be fine. He should be all right.
Yeah, it was like 3:00 in the morning.
I'm like, let me take this dude real quick. I don't know if he gonna get, but I'm like, I thought he was gonna do the Philippians.
I mean, yeah, I can do like Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's like the foundation. But
Yeah.
I think that's something like to live by. But the who's your master? Once I started getting my relationship closer to God, that was one that kind of stuck with me. I'm like, who is, like, why am I doing the things that I'm doing?
Right.
Why am I stressing over the things that I'm doing? Who is it for? Is it for me, or is it for them? You know. So, yeah, I'm glad that was good. I'm actually gonna clip that.
Yeah, that was a great one.
We gonna get it clipped.
That was great.
That was great.
He said that was too good. He was
really good.
That's too good. I gotta clip that more.
Gotta crank that one.
You know, we all had our different types of scriptures and everything. I don't even know who's on who. Let's call it right now. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, all right. Episode 11, Ken's going next.
Yeah.
We got it
lost
mixed up
track.
a little bit.
Yeah,
We did.
lost track.
You know. Oh, wait, how long you here?
I'm here till next Friday.
Next Friday. What is that?
6.
If we can, we'd love to have you back on for one more before you go.
Yeah, for sure.
We'd love to have you
for
back
sure.
on for one more
Yeah, for
before
sure.
before you head back to the
Most
city.
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
we want to continue to just spread this word. We know Twon. We know what he brings. We know we know him. So it's like him being on the pod, he's just like us. You know,
I've been asking to be on the pod. I ain't gonna
we
lie.
know Twon. You know, we should have, but I wanted. You know, we got to have our boy Ken. He wasn't with us at Vegas.
Oh yeah,
we
I couldn't make Vegas.
We was planning. We was planning
Where's
on
that shit at?
It's this one.
That shit.
We was planning on doing the pod, our first on the road pod in Vegas, but our main man Ken couldn't make it. So
Couldn't make
we
Vegas,
back.
man.
You know, eventually we gonna have a on the road twin podcast. Don't worry, we gonna have that with us.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that Twon came back to LA and you know was able to get this going for us because you know Twon he's one of us, man. He's like minded. He's just like us, think like us, talk like us. When we talk about sports, we just like him. We be arguing, so you know we didn't get a chance to get into that sports bag, but that's okay. This is more important.
This was great.
It's more important, you know what I'm saying? But it's been a blessing. It's been I've been killing this wine though. I took
literally.
Was that full?
Yes, bro. It was full. Yes. I had one glass of wine, bro. And
Oh,
he
for
took
real?
the rest.
I had to.
for
I
real.
think I had to.
You didn't get none, Twon?
It's still a lot
I'm
left.
good though.
I ain't getting none.
It's still a
I'm
lot
not.
left,
I'm
brother.
not a wine.
Oh, he drink cognac.
Drink cognac like old fashions.
Yeah.
I'm
Interesting.
not necessarily a wine type of guy, but I mean,
He ain't but he though.
I'm not but I'm
Pretty
unk.
much.
He ain't but he
Too
though.
grown. He too grown. That's
We
what he is.
ain't there yet. You know,
Old nigga.
he got me on wine. You know, he got me on wine for sure.
Yeah.
Walking around the club with wine, I'm still getting used to it, but
I'm telling you, bro, that shit be, bro.
you didn't pay for any of your drinks, huh?
No.
Oh,
He a baddie.
Donnie
He's
was
got
the
a-
baddie
he
in
got a
Vegas.
You can call it whatever you want. You can call it
Donnie
whatever
was
you
getting
want.
tricked on.
Donnie the baddie was
I met
for
some.
sure
I met some good people.
in full effect.
I met some
Donnie was
really,
sneaking in the sections.
No,
Donnie, no, I swear it was like day 3. This nigga was standing in the bar, and I'm thinking like his luck running out. This nigga gonna look at me and say, "Just wait." Nigga came. They didn't pay for the whole thing, but she had a coupon and paid half of it. I was like, this nigga here, bro.
She ended up being a good person, bro.
I'm
She
like,
gave me her
come
business
on.
card. She worked at Wells Fargo. She's like, yeah, I can give you financial advisory, all this different stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you.
This little nigga just sitting there. I'm just like, I gotta work for mine. I gotta work for mine.
Hey man, you'll meet some great people. Just-
Definitely
I
made
did.
some
I
great. Definitely
was
made some
there.
great people at Bellagio for sure.
I was
We can't. I
I
can't.
was
We
at
definitely.
Bellagio.
We gonna say it. We gonna say it right now.
Bellagio is one of the nicest hotels out there.
We gonna say it right
a fact.
now.
Shout out Bruno Mars. Man.
Shout out Bruno.
That's a fact.
We definitely can.
He performed. What happened?
It would be a
Yeah.
disservice
At the
if
Bellagio?
we didn't say.
Don't tell my mom that.
It would be a disservice, Ken. We didn't say you gotta come next
You
time.
have to.
Yeah.
They were
You
literally
have
telling
to.
me about it, and I was like, "There's no way."
It's a
Like,
great
I'm
great
telling
environment.
you.
At the pink, it's called the Pinky Ring.
Pinky Ring.
Okay.
My
Freebie and
goodness.
everything. You ain't gotta worry about it.
Delvin's band performs there, bro. And it's just so happened that
Lucky
he just
Day.
came, right?
Mm.
He's in the
Lucky Day was
in
there
the
too.
back. They split the whole fucking middle of the club,
Dang.
Did a soul
down the
train.
middle.
Gotta be there, too.
and
That's
him
hard.
and him and Lucky Day came, and everybody was like going crazy, bro. We're all in the front. We're
Yeah.
all in the front, bro.
All in the
'Cause
front,
we was watching
yeah.
Delvin and them anyway, and then
Yeah.
they just came. I'm like, what
That's
the
hard.
hell? That's crazy.
Nah, yeah, it'll be We gotta take you
run it
there.
back.
You gotta
was
come next time
crazy.
because it's definitely a great environment. Even when you know
It's
this
a
nigga
great-
this nigga lived there and he was like
I've
this.
never been there. It definitely was one of the better nights that I've had.
He was like yeah. So it's definitely fun. You know,
We
just
went
live.
2
It's
times in
not.
a row.
You know when you think
Oh yeah, it got to be lit. You
we
go
went
back to
3.
back.
We went after you. We went the third time when we left.
Yeah, when he left, we went 3 times, bro.
Damn.
3
It was
times
so.
in a row.
It was a great environment. It was just. It was
They
amazing.
They
you
played
know
the
what I'm
same shit,
It was
and it
fun.
was
You get the
it
same
was
experience
the
every
same
single time.
experience.
The thing
It's
is,
kind
you
of
get,
like the Moxie.
no. Well,
Oh,
yeah, actually they play the live. They play the live shit.
Yeah,
they play
just
the live,
live music.
Uh-huh.
live music.
it's-
Yeah, but
it's
like
shitting on the
They
ladies.
standing
so-
on the couches,
Yeah,
playing
it's-
saxophone.
the thing is,
Yeah, that's hard.
you can't record. You can't use your
nah,
phone.
you
in
can't
there.
record it.
So
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, it's not like the Moxie. It's just the
I had to
live.
stop
the
a
live
female.
band.
They damn near tackled a girl.
I had to
Damn.
stop a female. They was looking dead at her. I was like, just chill. They was like, hey, get her.
They
really
probably be
big
some
on it.
people in there. That's why.
Exactly.
They got some money in there.
They got some high rollers in
Donnie
there.
B. He
Donnie
getting paid
B.
for everything. You know how much the wine was?
How much
It's like $40.
for a glass?
Nigga, I
For this shit right
gave
here.
Twon my card, right? I didn't look at the receipt. It said 40. I'm like, oh, you got two? Okay, that's no problem. Nigga said, no, it was one.
What kind of wine you get?
I said, what the
Cabernet.
fuck
It was a
did I
Cabernet.
get? I looked at that motherfucker.
Sauvignon.
That shit said $38. I said, I will never, ever get that shit again. I didn't
So-
pay for another drink. I walked around with that motherfucker the
So
whole
you
night.
rather be
All
like this nigga
night.
David, or get all the wine you want and just be nice to all those damn people?
That too.
He's just short and gullible. That's the problem.
I ain't that gullible if the shit work.
He's just sorry.
$200-$300 worth of wine.
Yeah, that
to
was it was a
coming to
lot of
me?
it was a lot of
Yeah.
that was a lot of wine. I'm like
Y'all call it whatever you want.
$40 for some
Shit.
damn wine is crazy.
I made
work.
some new. This one girl, she want to send cases of wine to my house.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So I'm like, nigga,
He got
keep them rolling.
He got him rolling though. But
Keep them rolling.
it's been another great episode of Twin Pod, man.
Great
two,
pod.
2 hours and 20 seconds now. 2 hours and 20 seconds on the pod. It don't even feel like 2 hours.
2 hours and 20 seconds.
You could have a part 1 and 2 of the pod.
My bad. 20 minutes. My bad. 20 minutes.
That's how you know he had too much wine.
Yeah.
Killed the whole bottle.
Guy
Damn.
gonna put me he gonna put me through this battle, through this lust. So I'm going home after this. I ain't calling
Thank
nobody up.
Time to plug all the socials. Follow us on
Thank you.
on the Twin Pod for,
Yes,
for
yes,
everything.
yes.
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. What else we on? That's
Twitter.
it.
We don't actually Twitter. I just got a Twitter for us.
Okay,
so
we on
just-
Twitter now.
Yes.
MySpace.
Mine.
Well, it's called X.
We have an
X.
account
X. Gotta come correct.
X. Are we on? What's that one?
now. Snapchat.
No,
The
the
I don't know
Instagram.
about that one.
The Instagram.
Thread.
Twitter.
We're on Thread.
Threads.
They ain't got nothing
Threads.
there though, but we on Thread. They ain't got nothing there though. I gotta do a better job of updating y'all.
Like, comment, subscribe, share
Yes.
it. Family, friends.
before we
somebody
go,
who need it.
Let's plug my boy Twon. Get your plug in, man.
Follow
Oh,
Twon.
yeah.
Thank you.
Follow me at Twon Sean. I'm on all platforms. Twon Sean, TOI, not TWAN. It's Twon Sean. On TikTok. I don't know what I am on. I got hacked, so I was Twon Sean. I think I'm Twon Sean 4 on TikTok. Twon Sean 4 on TikTok. Twon Sean on Instagram. 413.la if you want to see and support my clothing brand.
Yes, definitely support it. Yes, it's a great brand.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Support Donnie B.
Yeah, Donnie B.
DONN
Dot.
No, DONY
Y.
dot B.
B.
On Instagram?
Yes.
Oh, DONNYY. Dot B.
YY dot B. My bad.
B.
I guess
DONNYY.
somebody has the
K Burries.
K Burries, 2 S's.
K Burries, 2 S's. Simple. David Gates. You can't find it. Oh well. You know.
Oh well. Better luck next
Better luck
episode.
next episode. But it's been a great pod, man. We gonna get up out of here, man. I know we took a lot of y'all time. You know, hopefully it's been a blessing, you know, for y'all to tune in.
That's
Whoever got here to the end, we really appreciate it. But we on to episode 11, man. Hopefully we have Twon back in here before he go. That would be another blessing. But if not, he's always welcome to come back. You know, the door is always open for Twon. You know
Or
what I'm
we can
saying?
have some dab. I'm just playing.
I don't know. He a little-
Y'all don't-
Yeah, we out.
Y'all don't agree?
We
Y'all
out.
don't agree?
Thank y'all.
Wow.
See y'all next time.
Y'all don't agree.
All
It's
right,
crazy.